The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So it's Sunday, you know, we do the live, we do the call-in shows, you know. I said I was gonna give Garrison a chance to, you know, rebuttal or, you know, say his piece on whatever I said the other day. And so, you know, we got a long off season, transfer portal, you know, spring game not far away. You know, it's almost like college football with the season being extended. It's almost like it's an all-year thing, pretty much. It feels like now. You know, as a Michigan fan, the only thing I hate is we don't get good information out of our camps and stuff. And y'all know what I mean by that. We get fluff. But I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna put this in here. Appreciate it, Dom. You know, I ain't fresh as you, Dom, but I keep a little something. You know. You know, I keep a little something. Let's see. It looked like after the Northwestern game, Moore started calling plays again for the Blue. Do you agree? I think he had probably put a bigger emphasis on helping out what's his name? Kurt Campbell. Yeah. So yeah, I do agree. I think he realized I have to have a bigger hand in play calling at that point because it was getting bad for him real fast. You're going to let me, Wolverine Nation, put them Timbos on and get to let's see. To quote the the minds of the suck nuts, you can't claim a national championship if you don't win the game. So either Treshula is wrong or OSU is just stupid. Wow. I mean, they're gonna say it's the times have changed, which they have. You know, so they could be miserable in just the Michigan game, but they did win the Natty. So either way, regardless. This is the funny thing about this year. This is why this is a funny year, because we beat them. So we've got trash talk. We've got rivalry trash talk over them. But they won the national championships. So the national championship. So they have ultimate goal trash talking points. But they can't really, I guess they can trash talk us because we didn't win the Natty this year. But now you're getting into the rivalry. So which one supersedes when it comes to trash talk? Because both sides got a point. But when we're talking Michigan, Ohio State, it's almost like winning the game is the ultimate trump card. You know, when it comes to Michigan and Ohio State fans, you get what I'm saying? Because all we want to do is be the one to have the upper hand in the trash talk. That's all we want. Ohio State National Championship celebration on Big Ten Network. No, I'm live. I'm not watching that. I was just watching The Sopranos. I'm watching The Sopranos for the 100th time. Let's see who we got down here. West Quad Adams. I guess I'll bring you up. I put the link in the chat for my boy Garrison. He looked like he disappeared. Oh, there you go. I spoke him up.
Hey man, look, you just trying to be nice about it, bro. That they won, that they beat us. I mean, we beat them, bro, and that's cool. The thing is, like when we won our national championship, we did it by beating everybody.
Fact.
And you can, I mean, I understand you can be happy in that your championship, which obviously I would be happy too. But the fact that you did not win against us, it's gotta sting a little bit, bro. You know it gotta sting a little bit. Like clearly. Now the coping is, oh, you're at home and you didn't win, like, bro, but yeah, it's cool. Like, but at the end of the day, like you like in boxing, like you like the guy that beat the other guy, but you didn't beat the guy like that you wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, how can I explain it? Like, you know how sometimes in boxing somebody end up getting beat and then like somebody else come get the title. You didn't beat the dude, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say. I can't really explain right now. I'm actually freshly just getting up, and I couldn't sleep last night, so my brain's a little discombobulated. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like we beat your ass basically. So I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll be like this. I understand where they're coming from, but I would never want a championship where we couldn't say we won the game. Like, I mean, yeah, you can celebrate it, but can you really celebrate it? Like, don't you feel a little bad that you gotta sit here and take this from us? Especially a year where we were awful. It's gotta hurt a little bit, bro. So
That's what I mean. That's what I think. You know, if you were a true Buckeye fan, see now, if you know they got some fans that like my homeboy, he's a Buckeye fan, but he's not a true like he's not like a Garrison or a Chris Drew or somebody that grew up in it. You
right.
know, so he jumps on and off. You know, and then he celebrated the natty, but it's like, bro, I don't even give you because
Yeah, I can't even relate to
you're
that,
not even in it for real.
bro. The way that I suffered through the Rich Rod and Brady Hoke years, like I did suffering and being awful and then being mediocre. The M did stand for mediocrity. I remember the jokes that we used to get like prior to winning in '97. The M stands for mediocrity. So we finally stood up and got us one. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing about that one is, bro, don't talk to me about Nebraska because Brian Greasy might not have been the greatest quarterback, but he did quarterback for about 10 plus years in the NFL. Scott Frost promptly got moved to defensive back and then was out of the NFL. So please shut the hell up about Nebraska. We had way more NFL players than they did. That, bro, they got lucky with the kick versus Missouri. Please. And then they got laid down and jail sex by Tennessee. So Tennessee that's the other way around. Tennessee let them just have their way with them. It's like, bro, Peyton Manning, and that's another thing. Peyton Manning, shut up about that Heisman, Tennessee fans. You couldn't beat Florida. You couldn't beat Nebraska. Like, just shut up about that, bro. I don't want to. We're not giving away seniority Heismans. We give Heismans away for people that earn it, and Charles Woodson earned his.
I don't even buy into this stuff because you know when I was younger I did, but now that I'm older and I think more logically and with sense, I don't
Right.
even buy into even the Nebraska, Michigan. We're both champs. That's just how
Yeah,
it was. That's just the time. That's just the way it was.
it
So
is.
it's not a half. We both are champs. You know, so it just is what it is. But I mean, you know, they can try to use it against us. It's a half and try to say little slick stuff.
Yeah,
But I don't even buy into it now.
you better than me. Because I
See,
had to start thinking about. I started thinking about those teams though. Like, bro, you like seriously, you go. You start comparing common opponents and all that stuff. Like we played some of the same teams y'all did, and we did them greasy, and y'all was getting by the hair of your chin. So that's how I feel. I was like, bro, I also don't like Nebraska. I don't like a lot of teams to be honest. If I'm gonna say to be honest with you, like Nebraska, Tennessee, obviously the team down south, uh, Penn
they
State
they
for
call
letting
themselves
Notre
the
Dame do
North
that.
now. They call themselves the North now. They the North.
Who the North?
Ohio State.
Man, look.
I believe even that they the North. The North remembers and stuff.
Oh,
They the
bro.
North now. But
Bro.
then they call us the North.
Oh,
but then
listen. if we doing Game of Thrones analogy, bro, Ohio State would be the fucking Lannisters, bro. You're not. Nobody likes you except for you. Everybody else hates you. We would be the North. We are the North. We the Starks. Yeah, we fell off, but when we come back, we get it done. You know what I'm saying?
They more like the Greyjoys.
Theon specifically.
Oh boy.
Bro.
If you don't watch Game of Thrones, you ain't gonna get these ones.
Hey, listen. Hey, matter of fact, watch Game of Thrones, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I was never that type of like. I tried to like watch Lord of the Rings. I would fall asleep. It's not like that, bro. it's way more like intriguing than that other type of fantasy.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones is dope.
Is that all you got, bro? I'm gonna bring up Garrison.
Yeah. Go ahead and bring that loser up, bro.
Dang.
Tell him Daddy's on. Hey, Daddy's here. 13-10. Loser.
Yeesh. See, I wasn't talking like that, Garrison. All right, bro.
Later. And follow me back on Twitter, loser.
Got you. Sheesh. Boy, Garrison bring the heat out of people, boy. So y'all know him. He's on here all the time. Y'all favorite Buckeye / Michigan fan, because he's got love for Michigan. It's in his blood, whether he likes it or not. My guy from Scarlet and Blue Show with his boy Bryce, Voice of College Football Ohio State channel, and our favorite Buckeye that we love to hate. Your man's, my man's, Garrison.
Yo, I really wish people could have saw how I was dying laughing when you was laughing. I was crying back here.
I can see you.
Hey, who's what was the name of the gentleman that was just up here with you?
West Quad Adams.
Yeah, West Quad Adams. Just in case you wanted to know, you asked if can you really count this championship? Well, my friend, if you see my head venture off for a quick second, it's because I'm currently watching the Ohio State championship ceremony in Columbus, Ohio, on the Big Ten Network. So yes, I can't count this championship because I'm watching it right now.
Basking in it.
Actually, my Pastor G. Scott praying right now.
Oh boy!
Woo!
Again,
Johnny. Listen. Okay. The other day. Now you thought I was talking trash about you guys.
You were. Now come on.
No.
Now, come on.
Hear me out. And I tried to stress this. Don't be so vain. Don't feel so full of yourselves. Don't feel so special. I brought up Tennessee. I brought up Oregon. I brought up Texas, Penn State.
You compared us to who was that? BYU, I think that was.
Oh no. What I did was that I was, I know you guys I know you hate my consensus thing, even though at the same time I don't feel so special. That also count. I take away one of Ohio State's championships because of that. I take away other people's championships because of that. So it's not just you guys. Like, I don't understand why it's so hurtful. And all I was doing was pointing out that BYU has as many consensus national championships as you guys in the last 60 years. And I wasn't really pointing that out. I was just pointing out notable programs, and I would think BYU is a notable program.
See?
I don't like it wasn't a shot against you guys.
What did Jordan say in the Last Dance? and I took that personally.
You took that personally. I get it. You know, I get that you guys want to be part of our story, and you are. You are part of this team.
We
story.
are.
You are, and that's okay. And it's okay. No, and it's okay to be part of this team's story. You guys somewhat helped catapult the. You guys are talking about Game of Thrones. Now, I wouldn't say that we're the Lannisters, but what's the family with the dragons, the Targaryens? You guys allowed us to hatch a dragon, and that's what happened. And now, because John, I think you would agree with this. Ohio State has been one of those programs to where you are somewhat surprised that they haven't had a Georgia run when you go back to back. That is somewhat surprising over the last 30 years.
If I'm gonna be real, the way y'all have recruited, and while Michigan was also down, so the Big Ten back then wasn't really that good. It was just Michigan and Ohio State pretty much. And then Michigan was gone. Honestly, y'all underachieved.
Oh, Johnny, listen,
as far as
you said this a few days ago, and I meant to comment on this. I do believe that we are. I would say us in Oklahoma are even though we've been even with all the Alabama's championships, Ohio State and Oklahoma in the modern era have been more consistent winning than those two than they have. It's just that when Alabama has their highs, it's for a very long time, and they dip off for a little bit. But Ohio State, yes, we are probably the most underperforming program you'll find. But that doesn't take away how great we've been.
You've been consistent. I wouldn't call it great.
We have three national championships since the turn. Only two of the programs can say that.
What? Clemson?
Bama. Clemson has 2 or 3.
Clemson has 2, I believe.
2. Clemson, so it's Ohio State, Bama, and LSU.
Would you say LSU is great?
Yeah.
No.
Right now, no. But would we be surprised if LSU had 10 wins next year? No.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call that great either.
Maybe not. But yeah, so again, it wasn't to just come down on you guys. You won the game. You won the game. I'm not gonna.
But you did come on there wanting to stick us a little bit. Just admit it. I get it.
Listen. If people want to get their rocks off to an 8-5 season, that's their deal. But you won the game. You won. I'm not don't get me wrong. That's so. I said this in the show. This championship gives Ryan Day a 4-year window for him to win until he has to win out of the national championship, maybe 3 to 4 years. I expect to win one next year. That's me. I'm not like a Michigan fan. After I get one, I'm thinking
y'all not winning next year. I'll put a bet down. I'll do everything. You're not winning the next year.
You said that this year.
No, I didn't do that.
No, you said we won. Okay, maybe not you, but a lot of Michigan fans.
I was hoping y'all wouldn't, but I wasn't.
You should have been like Bryce. Bryce from the get-go before I did he was right. He man's a genius.
He gave the luck that y'all needed.
Oh my gosh! See, you giving too much Michigan love. No, you don't get that much love in this. But listen, after we won one, I'm thinking, how do we get the next one? So, and we have a chance. We can do it next year. I think there's a lot of teams that could. Well, I'll let you finish what you say, that we can talk about that, because I've heard you guys have conversations about our team. So, what do you have to say to what I just said? Then we can get to that.
To what?
To what I'm saying about you. Listen, you guys, yes, you're part of the story, but let's not sit here and act like, bro, we're the national champs.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, no matter what, I gotta send this clip to you. LeVar Arrington said it. He said, in Michigan, y'all can talk all that and what you want to. Them boys national championship. And that's LeVar Arrington. He can say that. He's allowed to say that. LeVar, College Football Hall of Fame. College football Hall of
That's
Fame.
nice. That's nice.
He's
go
allowed
over there. Well, Penn State, go sit
probably,
over there.
probably the greatest,
Go sit over there.
the greatest Big Ten linebacker of all time. Probably.
That's beautiful. That has nothing to do with it. Go sit over there. Go on. Are you a Hall of Famer? That's nice. We're talking the greatest rivalry in sports. Is Penn State in it?
Okay,
Exactly. Go sit over there.
He's a great.
Y'all ain't even dominated the Big Ten since y'all came. Go on, get over there. Get over there with Alabama. Trying to talk about the rivalry, Kangaroo Black. Go on over there.
James Franklin beat Urban Meyer before Jim Harbaugh.
Don't try to down your old coach. But I don't put anything into people that are outside of the rivalry talking about it. Because it don't mean as much to them. So they not going, oh, well, they won the championship. Who cares about Michigan? Well, Ohio State, Michigan fans care. This ain't for you. You don't truly understand it. So you just
I can agree with that. I can agree with that to an extent.
And I literally gave y'all flowers. But you
did. No, it was a beautiful 15 minutes.
You was
a beautiful 15 minutes.
And I was like, I just can't take it.
I was proud of you. I was proud of you. I couldn't believe that you were that honest. Well, yeah, I can. I can believe that you're that honest. But
I've got a bunch of honest takes. Now I go through my phases of trolling Ohio State.
You're practically glazing us.
Y'all won the championship.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
Y'all spent $20 million and it paid off.
But John, so Oregon paid more than us. Why is that? Texas paid more than us. Why is that not talked about? I think USC did too.
No, I speak about it because that's always the talking point.
I know
from everybody,
but isn't that funny though? That everyone talked about our 20 million, but didn't talk about Texas 23, 24 million.
Texas lost as much as Michigan did. Y'all didn't lose like that last year. Y'all brought all your guys came back. So
yeah,
all you
but Texas,
all
but that's
the
I'm just talking about the why is everybody worried about our pockets? Why everybody
y'all got the biggest fan base.
Well, I don't know why you guys are counting our pockets.
The media is doing it. The media counting it.
I think you guys have something to do with that. I think you guys have something to do with that.
Everybody brings it up.
I don't know why though.
Because y'all are the world famous. Oh, shut up.
Hey! Don't get mad because y'all don't have a Jesse Owens. Don't. That's why he calls us that.
I don't care why he calls it. Now that's glazing. That's a glaze.
He's a Michigan guy though.
I don't care. Now that's a glaze. Giving y'all a good nickname.
That is a good nickname, isn't it? World famous. That is a no. So all right. So next year for Ohio State. Now you guys would be comfortable you would somewhat be comfortable with Bryce Underwood starting the season, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it if you would be comfortable with that? Why am I not allowed to be comfortable with Julian Sand?
I never said you couldn't.
Because I'm curious. Because every time people talk about Julian Sand, it's like they act like the dude was the number one quarterback in his class.
I think the worry comes in because y'all are more of a passing offense.
And he's a passer.
Huh? But
and the thing is that our O-line is going to be better next season.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. So Carson Hinsman is going to be the center. Now, he started the last once Seth McLaughlin went down. He ended up starting, of course. What people forget is that Carson Hinsman was the center all last year, every single game. So he went out to guard. We're bringing them in. Trying to pull this up real quick so I can look at it. The transfer portal. So yeah, we bring in Ethan Anongwa, the guy you guys wanted, the kid out of Rice. I'm guessing he's gonna be the left tackle. Also, what's his name? Yeah, Philip Daniels. So I'm guessing he's probably gonna be the right tackle. Maybe he could also be the left tackle. We'll see how that all figures out. Those are two guys that were highly wanted out of the transfer portal. We bring them in. They're productive players that played offensive tackle. We also have Fryer, who's coming back next. No, not Fryer. Austin Serverfield is coming back next season to play guard. So I think that offensive line is pretty much. Oh, and Luke Montgomery, who maybe Johnny, did you notice during the Ohio State games number 51? Okay, so he was a top 10 offensive lineman out of high school. He's from where's Luke from? Yeah, I can't remember right now, but he's an Ohio kid. But he started the last 4 games of the season, and he was dominant at left guard. So left guard. Yeah, left guard. So he'll be playing next season also. So that's the offensive line right there. Tight end, we bring in the top tight end guy out of the portal, Max Clare out of Purdue.
So y'all excited to get him?
Listen.
To get him his 20 catches.
Because listen, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. And then you're talking about Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate. So you got 2 6'3", 6'4" guys on the outside. Brandon Ennis, Mylan Graham, who's going to be a household name by the end of next year. And Quincy Porter, who you guys wanted also, who'll be getting some tick next year too. Ryan Day is going to throw that ball around next year. If Julian Sand is what we believe he can be, like the same way you guys believe Bryson can be, I think we're going to throw the ball a lot next season. Like back to the CJ Stroud days.
That and I expect that, but that's not why I say y'all won't win the championship. I say that because you're losing too much on defense.
I think that's gonna be okay. On the D line, Hiro Kanu, he just went to the transfer portal. That kind of that sucks. But we have enough depth at D tackle. It'll be Edric Houston, true freshman who got a lot of tickets at the end of the season, or the last half of the season. McDonald, McDonald. He started a game when Tyleek went down, and he was dominant. He made one of the biggest plays against Penn State on the third down play against Penn State. No, second down play. He came in and he pushed one of their guards back like 2 yards on that play, which helped us stop that on that goal line stand. It'll be him, Curry, and Kenyatta Jackson Jr. on the edge next season. I don't think people understand. Like if you're outside the Ohio State fan base, you probably won't know. But those two guys are they're going to be better edge rushers.
I've seen them.
Yeah, like they're not going to be as good in the run defense department. Like Jack and JT are just monsters at that.
This is the thing that I am enjoying about this is y'all are going through some of the same stuff we're going through, and y'all coming with the same exact way that we were.
But we're doing it with much better players.
Sure you are. Unproven as their backups. When you become a backup, when you're a backup, you come in for sparing reps. Now you're a starter.
Yeah.
Now you're a starter. Boom. Now you got to play most of the snaps. Will you take that game when you become the starter? You take your game up a notch. Now your backup's backup because you were the backup. Now you're the starter. So your backup, now he has to play.
Yeah. And I'm very comfortable
playing them dudes like that.
Well, the third string guys, not a lot.
I know. But
Kenyatta Jackson Jr. and Caden Curry have a lot of tick. They've been here for a while now. I trust that.
I trust the starters, but it's not just the starters.
It's not
all around.
It's the depth. You're right.
Why did y'all go on y'all playoff run? Because your defense and what were y'all mad about in the Michigan game?
Our second string was dominant too. That's why.
Exactly, though. You used the depth. What were y'all complaining about after the Michigan game?
Well, listen, man, the third stringers didn't play. I'm not going to sit here and cry and moan, buddy. You're a third stringer. You're
missing the point. You're missing the point. You were after the Michigan game, y'all were complaining that you didn't use your depth. The playoff, you used your depth because that's what you have to do. That's how Michigan did it. We were going 12 deep.
But we played depth throughout the season, but in that
not
game,
like we should have.
Not like we should have.
Too much of y'all.
No, not like we should have. No, I agree with you. Not like we should have, but we did.
So coming into this year, you're gonna have to deal with that because those guys, you don't know that third string that's now a backup. You don't know how good he is. All you're going off is hope. I hope he's good. I hope he doesn't have growing pains.
Okay,
they have the Jim Knowles system down pat. You're losing
there's some hope in it. Yeah,
of course there's hope. That's your team.
But it's not just. I mean, there's hope in it, but there's also a proven track record. It's not like we haven't been here before. I don't believe we're missing the playoffs next season.
I didn't say that.
No, but I'm saying I think we're still gonna have it. I'm saying that's why I trust that we're still gonna be really good.
Hey, I didn't say I wasn't gonna get you 10
I forgot.
Or whatever.
I forgot. We're doing what you guys did with Barham. CJ Hicks is going down the edge. Because just like Barham, CJ Hicks can't play linebacker, like just can't. But you're a freak athlete; you can rush the quarterback. It'll be Sonny Styles. That's funny, but yeah, Sonny Styles. So that's a big return. You would agree, right?
Yeah.
So he comes back for his senior year. Arvell Reese, he's a true freshman this season. Played all year. Was the third linebacker off, so he's gonna be fine. And he's probably the most talented linebacker in the class. And then Petty John will also be in there, gave some tick. But he's gonna be a true freshman, so we'll see what that looks like. We don't even gotta talk about DBs. That's we know what that is.
Y'all are high on these dudes.
Wait. So I can't be high on Caleb Downs. I can't be high on Jermaine Matthews.
That's who I mean. Because
you already know. But you know Jermaine him. You know Jermaine is him now. You know.
I don't know fully.
You've seen enough. You've seen enough, bro. The dude is a freshman All-American. Comes in his sophomore year, plays lights out again. Come on, bro.
The only time, if I tell you the truth, the only time I really just noticed him was, I think that was Tennessee and Oregon on the sideline. I think he was doing something. And
he put belt the ass. That's what he was doing.
And against Texas when he was holding.
He was okay. Regardless, we also bring in Davison. Davison's coming back next season. That's good for him. He needs that. He has a holding problem, but that doesn't mean he's still not a really good corner because he is.
I was hoping he was going just because a new starter is gonna have growing pains.
Mm-hmm. But I also think this is also a good way to ease in because the rest of that corner room is actually pretty young, right? So you're talking about Aaron Stott, you're talking about Bryce West, you're talking about Devin Sanchez, true freshman. He's gonna play a lot next season. So it's gonna I think that allows those guys to ease into that position for the next season.
So okay, another similarity from us 23 coming into this year to y'all 24 and coming into 2025. Y'all got Texas. Who you got?
I don't know yet. I can't make that call. It's crazy. That's the first game of the year. And so it's gonna look. I think you're gonna get. Yeah, you're gonna get two things, and thankfully we're at home. Now I don't believe we can get blown out at home, but so I think these are the options you have in the game. Either one of these two teams wins on a very close call game, or Ohio State dog walks them. I would lean more to one of the two teams winning in a very close fashion. They're gonna have Arch, man, and now last time we saw Arch play against us, Lathan Ransom knocked him over and being confused, and he didn't know if it was a first down or not. Went to the wrong sideline. So we'll see if he can take some more hits like that from the Silver Bullets next season. But
they're gonna be hitting like him. Yeah. Everybody can't hit like that.
Yeah, you're right. But no, they're gonna be really good, man. They bring. I'm not sure they're bringing back Blue, or Wisner at running back, but they have talent They have talent at wide receiver with what's that true freshman's name? Doggone, I can't remember that true freshman wide receiver's name for Texas. He almost broke one against Ohio State. Actually, he almost went for a touchdown. Regardless of the fact, though, they have that. They are losing a lot. I think I gotta look at it. I don't know how many guys on the offensive line are leaving.
Yeah, because they had
that was a very senior led offensive line group. Oh, come on. I'm trying to look for it right now because I actually want to know. But so we'll see what that looks like. Their defense, I expect it'll get better because it was a very young defense. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. Wingo, thank you, man. Yeah, Ryan Wingo. Yeah, Ryan Wingo. So man, Ryan Day is talking. But so let me pause that. I got
get me started on your mans.
I got don't talk about the king right now.
I'm trying not
to. No, I don't know. Like I think that we'll be in position. I think we'll be fine next season. It'll be the first game of the year, so it could look really ugly. It could be. I remember 2021 Georgia Clemson. Georgia wins that game 6-3, I believe, and they went on to win the national championship. I don't think it's gonna look that disgusting, but it could be something like that.
Don't try to.
And Texas is gonna want their payback.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And the shoe.
I mean, I call it the little big house, but
hey, last fun fact: last time Texas came to the shoe, they came in there with a freshman named Colt McCoy. Yep,
Colt was a beast,
and we smacked him around all game.
I mean, he was a freshman. It's
hard to play. I'm not gonna say. No, I'm not gonna say. I already know what you're gonna say. Never mind.
Go.
I was gonna say it's hard to. I was gonna say it's hard to play in Columbus.
Is it? I haven't noticed, Garrison. Hey, you tell me. So we ain't noticed, man.
Oh man. Oh man.
What's up, Dom?
Hold on, Dom. Was a new backdrop?
Garrison, congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You know,
I appreciate that.
Player for Ohio State, in my opinion, is the offensive line, especially given the injuries that you guys had. And to put that together and make the run that you did and keep Howard clean, that was impressive.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Like Dom, I didn't. Like last second, I had Ohio State beating Oregon, but going to the playoffs, I didn't have it because I was just like, well, the offensive line, I don't know what it's going to look like going against Tennessee. And then once I saw it against Tennessee, I said, well damn, I got to see it one more time. Because then I know it's a trend, and that's not just a one-time deal where you go against a good defensive line if you ever do it against Oregon. But yeah, man, I mean, all playoffs, they did a great job. I mean, I think that was the sixth or seventh lineup we've had all season on the O-line. So yeah, that they are definitely the biggest reason why we won this. I think why we won the championship.
I mean, Johnny said it. The defense played very well, but as a whole, I mean, Howard was able to do the things he was able to do because he had proper protection.
Only time he really didn't was the Texas, and that was here and there.
Yeah. I'm looking at the schedule here. You know, you guys are talking about that Texas game. Is there any concern about the October 18th game at Wisconsin? I mean, that's not an easy place to play. Is Luke Fickell going to finally prove his worth there? I mean, granted, it was Cincinnati, okay? Cincinnati's schedule, Cincinnati players, they really had no business being in the playoffs a couple years ago. But I mean, going to be able to cultivate that type of confidence within the team in offensive and defensive schemes to get Wisconsin up to what they what used to be. I mean, they haven't been much of a obstruction. Is that the word that I'm looking for?
They haven't been. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they haven't been.
I think it depends on what Wisconsin looks like. I'll say yeah. I think it was like 2 years ago. I was predicting Ohio State's schedule, and I had a loss at Wisconsin. It was like 2 or 4 years ago between that. But that's a sneaky one because it's Big Ten play. At the end of the day, I realized this past season, like I was telling some Oregon guys on some Twitter Spaces. I said, guys, like you're gonna have that one Big Ten game as a dominant team, where the other team is like it's gonna be really tough. You don't know why. It's at their stadium, and you're probably gonna lose, or you're gonna die trying to. Like, and that's what happened with Oregon when they went against Wisconsin. They had 6 points going into the fourth quarter. They probably should have lost that game. Same way we did against Nebraska. So yeah, that game could be scary. You said October 18th?
Yes, it's October 18th, the week before you guys.
Who's before and after?
Illinois the week before.
You said the week before we go to Illinois?
Yes, you guys having problems hearing me? Let me move.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, so September, you have a bye week on the 20th, and then the 27th, you're at Washington, and then you're home against Minnesota, and then at Illinois, at Wisconsin, bye week, host Penn State. So that's a tough little stretch there.
Oh, we have a bye then Penn State?
Yes, so you have the 3 games: Longhorns, Grambling, and the Bobcats.
You said at Washington.
Then it's at Washington after a bye week. So you got the bye week, and then you go.
I would circle that one before I circle the Wisconsin game.
And then I think you guys will go out to Washington and win that game. I don't.
I don't know what they look like. I think Jed Fish is a really good coach. So I don't.
Nothing against him, but I mean, the fact is, if you didn't have a bye week and then you're hopping the plane to go to Washington, that's more difficult. Having the bye week, you guys get out there even a day or two earlier. So I don't think it'll be an issue for Ohio State. And you come back, you got Minnesota, and then at Illinois, and then at Wisconsin. I think coming back from Washington, if you guys win that game,
Illinois could be a tough one too. Yeah.
Getting out of the Minnesota game without many black and blue marks before going to Illinois and then going to Washington will be to Ohio State's favor. But then again, I mean, as I said, Wisconsin hasn't been that obstructionist team that they used to be in the years past. But
I guess you would see what they look. I mean, let's have to see what they look like. I know they got some guys out of the portal, but. Ohio State should come out. They should come out of that unblemished. But no, I think that at Washington, you said at Washington, Illinois.
No, Washington. So you got the bye week on the 20th, the 27th at Washington.
Yep. Okay.
And then Minnesota at home, and then Illinois.
Yep. Okay.
And bye week, Penn State at home. At Purdue, UCLA at home, Rutgers at home, and then we'll see you in Ann Arbor.
James Franklin's got to beat these two sometime, don't he?
Johnny, I thought so many times this is the year he does it, and he can help himself. 4th and 2, middle of the field. Plenty of time left. He wants to go for it. There's no use wasting valuable airtime.
I think he's blown 2 or 3 double-digit fourth quarter leads.
Yeah.
One against 2 against Urban, 1 against Ryan Day. So 3. He's done 3 times.
I have one question, guys, and then I'll make room here for Marmar. I appreciate the time as always, Johnny. I don't know the exact numbers, but my estimate is Ohio State is losing 16 starters. You guys were talking about backups, playing time. Yes, that's relevant, and it does help guys transition into a starting role. My question is, and this is why I get infuriated by the number of Ohio State alumni, Ohio State supporters in the media in general. Okay. in my opinion, given the amount of players that Ohio State is losing, how can ESPN get out there and wave the flag? We have Ohio State ranked number 1. I went through a lot of Bleacher Report. I went through a bunch of different ones. And for the bulk of them, they have Ohio State 1 or 2. And I'm sitting back and saying, wait, we lost 13 starters last year to the NFL. They had us ranked, granted, quarterback situation and such, but I mean, they didn't even have us ranked in the top 10. You have the season here. We have Ohio State that's losing a lot of players. They're ranked 1 or 2. And then on our side of the fence, I mean, having beaten the national champions with a retarded quarterback. Okay? I mean, let's call for what it is. I mean, in the fact that we do have returning offensive linemen, we do have returning players, in the fact that we signed and have Bryce Underwood, they don't even have us in the top 20. And I mean, that could be used as motivation, but I mean, we deserve to be in at least the top 10, the top 15. Michigan should be in at least the top 15, given the fact that we beat the national champions.
Okay.
Hey, whatever, we beat the national champions.
All right. So I think the reason for Ohio State, just so you know, do I have Ohio State as my preseason number 1? No.
Anyone with logic and that knows your roster and what's coming back wouldn't have you 1.
No, yeah, I wouldn't have us 1 right now. I think I said Penn State right now. I know. Hey, I'm just going by based off what they bring back. Based off what they bring back, and I mean, and we can make that, like, we can make those faces, but then I mean, again, tell me what everyone else is bringing back. Tell me what Georgia is bringing back. Tell me what Texas is bringing back. Tell me what Notre Dame is bringing back. So I mean, they bring back the best running back tandem in college football. That's why I do know about it, and they bring back a 3-year starter at quarterback.
That's true. That is true. But can they beat y'all?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Until I see that happen.
But I mean, just beating us, that's not what they have to do to win a national champion. I mean, that's the Big Ten.
I'm gonna say it like Michigan. We weren't about to win a championship until we beat Ohio State.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, okay.
I feel the same about them, because you got to show that you on that level.
Ohio State be cooking, bro.
Yeah, I see that. No, yeah, you do.
Of the Big Ten, we got to beat the king of the Big Ten. All right, now we can win a national championship.
You do, and maybe they do need to see that for their own confidence. Maybe they do need to see that for their own confidence,
because they've never done it.
So yeah.
So we had to get over with y'all before we could try to win a championship and beat Georgia or somebody like that.
Yeah. But I mean, but to answer your question, Don, like, I think it's the reason Ohio State is why they get those rankings is because, like, when you compare it to like what you and Johnny said, with you guys bringing back so many players, it's because of the talent depth, and we are bringing back, like, the truth of the matter, like, we bring back our most important offensive player and defensive player, who just so happen to be the 2 best players on the team. So I mean, you go from there. I think people look at the rest of the offensive weapons we have, and just and it's not a recency bias thing. Ohio State over the last 24 seasons now, I think, has had 2 seasons under 10 wins. So it's just a consistency thing for them. It doesn't matter, like, when they lose players, they still put 10 wins out there. So I think that's why. But like I said, I don't have the number 1. I don't have the number 1. So
I'm gonna check out. I appreciate the time as always, Garrison. Again, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Please. The Harbaugh said it. The toxicity around the Michigan-Ohio State game has gotten to a level where it's unhealthy.
You don't want to go to one of these. That's for the cold.
If people like yourselves need to set example, and there's the thing about trash talking and so forth, and then there's other levels where it's just not right. I mean, there's people that are in my family back home in Columbus, cousins that I can't talk to because of a stupid football game. However, I'll close on this. My brother's 10 years older, and we just don't get along. Never did, right? He lives in Powell, Ohio. Been a Notre Dame fan his entire life, okay? And he just is he's just not a good human being. And I sit back with pleasure knowing that for this entire year, everywhere he goes in Columbus, whether it's Giant Eagle, Kroger, gas station, he buys beer, cans of Coca-Cola. It's going to be Ohio State national champs.
Yep.
And I just sit back and I say to myself, well, you know what? His nickname's Butch. Maybe Butch, if you treat our mother with some respect and be a good son, be a good father to your family, maybe you wouldn't be tortured this entire year. So thank you for that, Ohio State. I'd say good luck next year, but I wouldn't be honest. But thank you again for the time, gentlemen. Pleasure.
I think you mean it in your heart, Don. You want us to be good.
You take it too far. That's Dom cooking, you know. It does get to a toxic level. The rivalry and stuff like that. It gets to a toxic level. You know, sometimes I get in that gray area. I try not to get too far into it, but Ryan Day jumping in Jack Sawyer's, wrapping his legs around him.
Yeah, what? Wait.
I can't help myself but to get.
So we can talk about that. Wait, so we can talk about that, but we can't talk about. We got Jerome Moore looking like a dude. Come on, that
crying.
That was an ugly cry. That was an ugly cry. That was an ugly cry.
Y'all been talked about that.
Though. That was
old news,
bro. Like, come on, man. Like, he can't hug his players. We've seen coaches jump in the arms of players before. We've seen coaches do that.
No. I've seen coaches jump in the arms, not jump in and wrap his legs.
Hey, man. Hey, it's a passionate game. It's a passionate game. It's a very passionate game.
Have you ever done that?
Huh? No.
Okay.
No.
I had to check.
No.
That's that's y'all coach,
but then again, I've never won a national championship with my coach, who's like, I'm the first recruit of Ryan Day. I go through all these tribulations with you as a player and coach, and then I win a national title. Hey, I'm like family to you, dude. Hey, maybe.
You diabolical.
I'm just saying, like, that's some happiness.
Antoine, I don't be wanting to cook people and get all that anger. It's just I might read a comment. Garrison used to comment before and he used to make me mad and go on rants.
But I'd be right.
No. I mean, sometimes you were. I'm gonna give you that. Sometimes you were, but I would go on a rant or whatever, you know. Sometimes I just see a comment and it just makes me mad.
One second. Hey, zero cool. Brother, no, not like that. Not like that. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
I'm part of that Navy that goes from port to port doing leaving a trail behind.
So let me ask this real quick, since you are in the Navy. Is that a stigma still that?
Dude, like, no, it's crazy. It's funny because like there's that stigma around the Navy, but it's funny because like I've been around those Marines, I've been around those Army guys, and all the ladies will tell you the best looking guys are in the Navy.
It's all funny. The ladies. People call the Navy that, like, but then you got Navy SEALs who everybody knows is that.
Well, listen, bro. I got a cousin in Detroit. He goes like he like that, but he gangster. Like,
hell was happening here. Hold on, let me see if boxing is. He looked like he in trash.
Hey, where's he? Is he boxing?
I don't know what he doing. Maniac.
Yeah.
I had you muted.
Yo.
There you go.
What bodega you in?
Nah, I'm down. I'm down on Soho, Manhattan. I'm outside, man. I'm outside. I'm
He
not like,
outside.
yeah. A lot of you guys don't leave your crib. I stay home, hiding. I'm in the streets. That's what I do. I
I'm in
talk in the end. I'm out here. But anyway, let's make this real clear. Ohio State.
Buy me some street meat. Buy me some street
Nah,
meat.
yeah, you want meat? You said street meat?
Yeah, bro. With the Arabians be cutting up.
Oh, hold
Khalil.
on. Yeah, they out here.
Farm.
The halal guys.
Yeah,
Oh, they
yeah.
out here, man. But look,
Yeah, they
let's make
got
it
them in
clear.
Tampa.
No team in the country gets overhyped every preseason like Ohio State. Now, we want to talk because this is my man history right here. It's my man, only when history is good for him, right? That's him. So they talk this. Right? Oh, in the last 25 years, my program, bro, Michigan in the last 20 years arguably had about 8, 9, 10 bad seasons. And you only one natty up. So, bro, it's not good for you. That's not a flex, bro. Because if you was that good, if you was that elite, you'll be right there with Bama and Natties, but you can't because you're not that good.
But
Y'all
who is?
overhyped
Who is? Who is?
90% of the time.
Maniac. Who is that? Wait. See, Nick Saban did something to this sport that is very unhealthy. And
No,
what Nick Saban did is not normal. That's not normal, bro. Like Maniac.
but let
Yeah.
me ask you: in the last 50 years, how
Yeah.
many more Natties you have than Michigan?
Consensus.
One, just one Natty. Let's not do. Listen, all right. Since you want to do consensus,
But you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
no. Let's do consensus. Let's do consensus, right? Let me ask you this because you're half a natty. How many natties does Nick Saban have?
I don't know.
Six.
I don't. The LSU one is kind of iffy to me because of how that season went. So
What? So no. Let's not. Why
no,
is
no,
it?
no, man,
No,
no, man, hold,
listen.
wait,
No, listen. No.
On Twitter,
No,
wait, Mania,
no.
on Twitter, I did a list
Let
of
me
the
finish.
championships. I kept that championship out for USC
It
and
doesn't.
LSU.
No. You don't make the rules. You don't make the rules.
They're my rules.
No. Let me finish.
My
You
rules.
don't make the rules. Scarlett over here. No. When you and the media talks about Michigan's half natty, nobody talks about Nick Saban's half natty. They don't say he has. No, you don't. No, you don't. I've seen you on these podcasts 40,000 times. Not
Wait,
one
can I
time
see
you
a
said
list?
that.
Wait. Hold on. Can I wait? Bro, can I please on your platform share a tweet of a list of I tweeted this out and I put on there for LSU. And USC. I didn't count that championship for either one of them. I didn't count Ohio State's three-way natty in that time span either. From 65 from modern era. I didn't count Ohio State's either.
Bro, but you're not listening.
I'm fair.
You listen, you don't make history. I'm talking about
I'm
everybody.
done.
Everybody says Nick Saban has 6 natties. Nobody says he has 5.5 natties. Why is that? When it only comes to Michigan, is a half natty. But everybody
Brother,
else
I'm here
is a
for you.
national championship.
I'm here for you. I'm on your side.
All right. So listen, the point is this.
I'm on your side. I do for everybody.
And you missed the note, and I'm gonna keep on. You missed the history, right? Alabama and USC. It's when college football started, when they started integrating. Okay, why is it that you were saying 97, we was playing in the modern football era, right?
Yes, you were.
Okay, so why is it that Alabama and USC game probably took place 20, 30 years before that Michigan game, and they still didn't have a format where the two best teams in the country had to play each other? Is that Michigan's fault?
Wait, say that one more time. I missed that. I'm sorry.
All right.
Say that one more time.
Why is it there wasn't a system in place where the two best teams in the country played for an outright natty in 97? Is that Michigan's fault? Again, yeah, people keep acting like Michigan was given. No, let me finish.
I didn't say it's your fault.
People act like it was Michigan was given an option by the NCAA to play Nebraska for the outright or decline and share it. And we said, no, we're going to share it. No, we couldn't do nothing about it. You say you're a fan of football, Garrison. So anybody at that time, remember, I'm 43. You guys are a little younger than me. The Pac, for those that don't know history, the Big Ten and the Pac-12 at that time had a contract.
He said the games like rugby.
So I'm just telling you, they had to play each other.
No, listen, I respect. All right, so this is why, like I tell people, like I can respect history. It doesn't mean I have to go by it all the time. Again, I'm on your side, Maniac. I'm not just coming at Michigan about this. Again, like I told Johnny, don't feel so special. I did this to us too. And yes, most of the media and people and other fan bases, yes, they say, "Oh, Michigan's half a natty." They don't talk about other people's half a natty. But you're talking to the guy that does. And so, it's not your fault. Hey, it's not Ohio State's fault that they had to share the title with two other teams. But guess what, OSU? I'm sorry, guys. I don't count that. It's meaningless to me because in that same time, there were teams who were outright consensus championships during that time still too. So it's not your fault. I don't blame you guys.
So we did what we had to do. And look how even corrupt the system is that in 2003 we had the BCS and they still had a share natty. So again, it's not our fault. It's a corrupt system. So that natty is as good as an outright. I'm sorry, whether y'all like it or not. And with all the history, all the success, and you only have what you have, to me is really sad, honestly.
Oh no, I said earlier, Ohio State is probably the most underperforming program there is. But again, at the same time, that doesn't mean they haven't been great. Like people, what Nick Saban has done to this sport is very unhealthy. It is not normal to win as much as Nick Saban did at this level. That is why in the last 24 years, Ohio State and LSU are second with 3 national titles, while Bama has 6? Yeah, like it's not normal, man. It ain't normal. Now, and granted, Ohio State now, or like since 2000, we have 3 national championships, and we're 3 for 6, 3 for 6 in national championships, or 3 for 7.
3 for 7, yeah, that's bad. That's bad percentage.
But not in all reality when you look at everybody else's.
No, and mind you, 2 of those natties came right when they changed the system. If them systems were still in place, y'all wouldn't even make it. So thank NCAA. Y'all always come up on the good part of history in college football. So praise NCAA.
Hey, listen, man, it is not my fault that everyone went to get rid of the BCS. So that way, there was no doubt we knew was the best team. And at the end of the day, Maniac, even though the playoffs were expanded both times, Ohio State was the best team in the nation those 2 years.
No, they weren't. They had the best run. It's just like no, they weren't. No, they weren't. You just had a good run. You can't call yourself the best team and lose to a damn Virginia Tech team.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Plenty of teams have done it. So hear me out. So in 2014, who was the best team in the nation?
It could have been. Y'all didn't play Florida State. You could say Oregon.
No, wait. Oregon cooked them.
So what?
So who was the best team in the nation that year?
That's like we dominate y'all. So that means we the best team this year.
You said what? No, we're talking about the playoffs, bro. What are you talking about? Like, whoa. No, that's like saying that's a stupid argument. That's like saying Michigan.
It's not a stupid argument.
That's like saying Virginia Tech was the best team in 2014. We know they weren't. So
that was week 1. They beat y'all. Week 1, we beat y'all the last game of the season. So you had your whole team, bro. Stop it.
I'm only gonna have an honest conversation about this. Who was the best team in 2014? I'll wait. If it wasn't Florida State, if it wasn't Alabama, if it wasn't Oregon, then who was the best team? Who was the best team in 2014? If it wasn't Florida State, Oregon, or Bama, then who was it?
Bro, you barely beat Bama, so don't act like y'all destroyed them.
Bro, we were the underdog in that game.
So what? So what? But y'all were the best team. How is it that y'all the best team, but y'all the underdog?
We were the underdog because we still had a loss, and Bama came in there undefeated, I believe. Like,
and you barely won that game.
Yes. I'm sorry that I think we were like 6-point underdogs in that game. I'm sorry that with our third string quarterback, we barely won that game. I apologize that we barely beat the undefeated #1 Crimson Tide with a third string quarterback.
So Baylor had one loss that year. TCU only had one loss that year,
and we jumped TCU late. We jumped TCU late, and the reason we did was because we beat Wisconsin 59-0.
Doesn't matter. They should have won. But listen, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Why are you hating on us, man?
I'm not hating. It's the truth.
Why are you hating, man? Like,
your team. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Next season, bro, I can't wait to clothesline y'all in Ann Arbor. You're gonna cry, right? Because you're talking about we returning all of this.
It'd be a good game.
Yeah. Your man Jeremiah Smith is going 0-2. Okay. Right? Julian saying, I can't wait. Because once he starts choking, I don't want y'all crying. Oh, but it's his first year coaching. I mean, quarterback, because that's what you do. You're the excuse maker.
Would you not? Wait, why would you not? I would say the same thing for Bryce Underwood. I said the same. I said, all year, and you can find this on Scarlet and Blue Show. I talked about it all the time. I said Aiden Childs is going to progress from what we see this year. It is like I remember my best friend Lawson. Best friend lives in Denver, big Michigan fan. We were talking about Aiden Childs, and is that like, dude, let the young guy go out there and let him make the mistakes, because chances are he's gonna learn from it. That's why me and him were wondering like why Jaden Davis couldn't get on the field, but we all figured that out. Just what I had been saying for a year and a half. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting the young guy out there. I would think for you guys it would be smart to let Bryce Underwood go out there and let him make mistakes. Bryce Underwood is going to make mistakes. He's going to make mistakes.
We don't need him right away. We getting a veteran quarterback.
Johnny, you believe in Mikey King, Johnny?
No, listen. No. He doesn't. I know. Listen. You're not listening. We don't need him. We don't need him to be great. We don't need him to be great.
Oh, no. You don't need him to be great.
Exactly.
But
because
you don't
how we beat Garrison, how Michigan beat you? How Michigan beat you the last 4 years?
Actually, in different ways. In 21,
on the ground. Stop it with different ways. We were more physical than your bum ass team.
No, see why are you?
That's what it was.
Why are you getting upset? No, listen.
I'm not upset because you don't listen. You're always dancing around shit.
I'm not dancing around.
All right. How we beat
I think it was very impressive how you used physicality, but you won those games and scored in 4 separate ways. That's impressive. That's impressive. Like you guys think everything I'm saying is a slight. I can say listen, I'm not some guy that just watches football for the hell of it. I can sit here and tell you in 21 you won that game because you stayed on the field with your offense. Your defense was still your defense didn't play great that game. They didn't. And with 4 minutes left in the game, Ohio State had a chance, but you guys were able to stay on the field. You didn't punt that game. The one time you guys had to punt, there was a penalty, so you didn't.
Because of why? Physicality. You couldn't stop the run. That's how you control a football game. It's running the ball.
Again, I'm trying to give you guys a compliment because you didn't win every single game. No, you're not. What are you talking about? Okay, anyways. Then in 22, what did you do in that game? The run game, you guys actually were averaging 2.5 going into that game. Going into midway to that fourth quarter, you were averaging 2.5 yards per carry. You weren't successful on the ground. How did you win? You won with big plays in that game. specifically through the pass game first, when you passed the game to Cornelius Johnson, he spun out of the tackle, went down the field for like 70 yards, and then you had another one to Jake Butt, and then, not Jake Butt, Colston Loveland, and yes, you broke off 2 big runs, but that was at the end of the game. You did that by. Yeah, but the game was still close. It was still a close game until mid fourth quarter. But then you broke all those 2 runs. There was big pass plays that kept you in there. Now let's go to 23. 23, you won that game because JJ was a demon on third down. Mm-hmm. He was a demon on third down. The run game again wasn't working all that well. But what was it? You had JJ McCarthy being very good on third down. Was the best quarterback on third down that season in college football. And it showed in every single game you guys played because your O-line wasn't – Johnny, am I wrong when I say this? Your O-line last year was not as good as the 2 years prior.
No, it didn't
yeah,
really –
exactly.
It didn't really show it until the playoffs, kind of like
exactly. Y'all. And there's a lot of games where JJ had to make plays with his feet. He had to get in and out of pressure because there was more pressure on him last season. He did that. You won – and then this past season, you won this game. Yes, I will continue to say Ohio State was not smart on offense. But you guys played that game not because you didn't win because your offense didn't do shit, didn't do anything. Your defense was locked in, and your defensive coordinator baited our OC. He outcoached our OC. Dude, there are you like physicality is part of every football game that you're ever going to watch. But there are very intricate ways that Michigan won those 4 games, and that's the last you're going to hear me glaze about your guy.
Hey, can I point out something right now? Hey, Johnny, real quick, you can't even enjoy your natty because you on a natty parade because you on a Michigan channel right now.
No. I'm watching it right now.
Listen,
I'm watching it right now. What are you talking about?
See, because hold on.
I'm watching it.
Hey, Johnny, what was we doing last year? We was watching our parade, right? All right, now you know what I'm saying. We wasn't on no channels. You know what I'm saying.
Well, John,
you on a Michigan channel right now.
Johnny,
you can't. Hey, listen. No.
Okay, go ahead.
You can't be watching the. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. You up here on the channel.
Yep.
But you ain't enjoying y'all. All y'all.
I'm watching it right now.
No. No. I'm talking about like focused on it. Like we didn't hop on. Yeah, like y'all not focused on it. You feel me? You're not paying attention to it because you on a Michigan channel. You know why that is?
My boys.
You know why that is? Because everybody a Michigan fan know. Because it's still in your head. You can't enjoy your natty. You can't. Because you will be on the TV right now. You won't be on this channel. You're like, yeah, man, we have the natty, bro. But you can't enjoy it because it's still in the back of your head.
Well, okay. So 2 things. Well, you're just completely wrong. I'm watching it. I have been all show. Johnny, how did
proof is in the pudding right now?
Johnny,
look at it.
Johnny, when I came in here, how did I open?
Okay, I heard what you said.
What was it? Okay. Then,
no, I don't need you asking for help. I need you to be out there on your own. I just want to know why you up here because I was on the channel right now when you should be watching all the parade, like taking it in, like, yo, we just won the natty. I'm excited, but y'all all on the Michigan show right now. Because it's in the back of your head. And then, like, hold on. When Michigan won it, we was watching the whole thing. I was there. I went up there. I drove up there 3.5 hours to go do it. Come on, bro. I wasn't because I wasn't focused on nothing but that natty. They got a natty.
You made your point. You made your point, Now, Marmar. One, I can hear this. I've been listening to it this whole show. I've been pointing and looking at it back and forth. Also, just like I've watched the national championship 4 times already. I can go back and watch this again and again and again, Marmar. Like this is something called the internet. Also, Johnny told and asked me to come up here to talk about something I wanted to talk about with him earlier, and I love talking football. So I will happily grace your 8-5 ass with my national championship. So just listen. I'd rather Marmar you come in here and say college football king. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Oh, boy.
I would rather you say
wait
that.
a minute, wait a goddamn minute now.
You said what? You said what?
No such thing.
What you say? I didn't hear you, Garrison.
I'd rather you treat me like Tywin Lannister as the overseer of the realm. Like I would rather you treat me like a Targaryen, like you didn't just awake a dragon in college football. Now I'm burning the whole city down like come on, like I'm Daenerys.
All right,
hey man, hey, listen.
Can I get my?
Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Yeah, like
no, nobody like that.
I only got two quick things, bro. Listen, Ohio State fans, you know what the irony is of like y'all are not understanding that y'all are walking the same exact path that we did last year. You lost all this stuff, but you thinking that that we recruited well enough to just replace and the irony is you have to play that same Texas team that showed us, man, we got to replace a little bit more than we thought we did. And two, y'all have been so spoiled at quarterback play. Y'all have forgotten the dark days of the Stanley Jacksons and Joe Germains and Steve Belisari's. So you better hope that he's much closer to the JT Barretts and the Troy Smiths and the CJ Strouds than them. Because if he's like the other ones, that fall off is gonna be precipitous. So know that. I'm just warning. I'm thinking you can write it down. Y'all are not beating Texas, bro.
West Quad.
You're not beating Texas. I'm willing to go out on a limb and tell you. Don't forget the fantasy, bro. In Columbus, in Austin.
Wait.
On the moon.
West Quad. Let me ask you a question real quick. Do you believe the talent level you guys came back with this season after Natty is as good as the talent level that we're going to be having coming off of a Natty?
Yes. The only place we were deficient was quarterback.
So wait. All right.
And it was a hell of a
this is I think this can be a fun conversation for all of us here. This will be fun. Do you believe Julian Sand is going to be a better quarterback than whatever you guys had this season?
Yes.
Do you believe
I'm a better quarterback than what we had this season? No offense, fellas, but Jesus Christ,
do you believe our offensive line next season is going to be better than what you guys had this season?
I believe you listen to the recruiting rankings far too much.
No, I'm not listening.
Listen, on the 2022 re-rank, we're number one. The number one team is like 25. Texas A&M was trash.
I'm not talking, brother. We are not Texas A&M. So
spinning like them.
So actually, they spin more than us and Oregon and Texas.
They did.
So, but this is what I'm saying. So Luke Montgomery comes back. He started all the last 4 games. He was a highly recruited guy coming out of Ohio. His senior year, top 10 offensive lineman. But he played really good in the last half of the season. I trust him. He was a star for us in the playoffs. We went over earlier. Carson Hensman. After our center went down, Remington Award-winning center went down.
Okay. He
then replaced him, played all the rest of the season. The last half of the season, people forget he started all of 2023 at center also. Austin Satterfield will be coming in at right guard, and then we bring in 2 of the most wanted tackles out of the portal, one of them being Anunwa, who you guys wanted out of Rice. I think our offensive line is going to be better than what you guys had this season. Evan Link was god-awful.
Fair enough.
Giovanni Ohadi, like I was surprised. I thought Ohadi was going to be an All-American coming into the season. In the back half of the year, Ohadi got better, but he wasn't that good at the beginning. So I think there's that. At tight end, listen, Colson Love is that guy, but we are bringing in Max Clare. So,
I mean, y'all bringing in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think. Rice I just think it's different for us. It's just different for us. So that Texas game.
Tell you. I will be seated on August whatever to watch the immediate downfall of the back-to-back national, the pending back-to-back national champions.
Wait, so you think because we lose to Texas, that'll be a downfall?
I mean, the way y'all, yeah. I mean, it'll be a reality check. It'll take a little steam, a little steam out themselves. Y'all are talking crazy right now, like y'all not replacing half the team. This is not a video game.
Last time my program got a reality check, they won a national title.
No.
Well, and we would have wanted to give it to you. So we are well we are well versed.
So I don't know. I just think that going into next year, and we'll see what happens with Chip Kelly. We'll see what happens with Jim Knowles. Because that would change my projection next year. Like I would, if you ask me what our floor is, like I did this thing where I did like everyone's floor, but I did a little bit different. I did how many games do I think you could pop? Like what's the worst case scenario for a team? For us, so I had 9-3. That's worst case scenario.
I'm with you on that.
So, but my thing is this: what do you think the chances are that Ohio State gets less than 10 wins?
To be honest, so
because I've been through this before. And no matter what, we come in ramrodding teams.
Well, that week one will let you know if you have to readjust your claims, if you have to sit and think, maybe.
No, but I don't think that. I don't think that because like I brought up earlier to Johnny, like you probably heard it, but I said that week 1, 2021, Georgia Clemson, Georgia won 6-3. I wasn't thinking Georgia would win a national title after that.
Fair enough.
So no, like we'll see, man. Listen, it's gonna be a tough game. It's in Columbus. I pray and hope Big Noon doesn't take it because that's supposed to be a night game. That should be a night game.
Games through the season. That's for us.
Quick question: y'all play Penn State?
Yes, at home.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. We all saw what we saw in the playoff, but they are due.
They are due.
They are due. So, it's crazy.
You can't piss away every game forever.
No, like it's crazy because like I remember after what had been 9-10 years at that time, like when you guys beat us in 2021, like I wasn't overly upset because I was like,
we would do.
It was gonna happen eventually. Now we will see in Columbus that game. We'll see because I just and the worst part about it is that when Penn State plays us, that's past mid-season. So you're getting Ohio State by then, who has an identity more than likely.
I mean, they always play y'all well.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, Garrison. I think you guys in the fanhood are much more like mentally stable than the people in that locker room. We are in their heads collectively as fans and a football team. I'm starting to think the same way you were in our heads. I don't know if they think they can win that game. You see, Jack Owen Foyer was about to cry. He was about to cry, bro. I know that anger. I've been on a football team and was hot at the end of a game. That man was about to take that frustration out on somebody. I mean, you laughing because you know I'm telling the truth. That poor assistant coach is about to catch hell.
That was funny.
Hey, you know, and when you say that now, when I look back on it, it looked like Ryan Day was looking at that assistant coach like, man, get out the way. What's wrong with you?
I don't look.
Ryan Day was in the
Ryan Day couldn't look any worse in that situation, bro. He just sitting there like a toddler, observing.
And now he got
I hate that you can say
and
that.
now he got a natty, boy. That's hey, bro. Look, I want you to hear this out. I want you to listen to this. Ryan Day is 70-10 with a national title. Like that's 70-10.
Bring up Steven and you know he hates you, Garrison. Do you want him up?
No. I listen. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be quiet and let him talk. I'm gonna be respectful today. This has been a great conversation, man. I love talking to you guys. You know what? And the cool thing is, like, thanks to Marmar, I paused the broadcast so I can just watch it back over and over.
Over and over. Go ahead, Brad or Steve.
My guys.
Okay.
No. Hey, Marmar, you good? You right on it though, man.
No. I just wanted to say that to Garrett real quick. Hey, he paused it to stay in the Michigan thing. And don't want to watch it live. He want to watch it. Hey, listen. He want to watch. He want no. He don't want to watch it live because they can't enjoy the natty, bro. I don't care what they say. That's
I
why they
want
in the chat.
I want
Because
to
they
talk
want to come
football.
bring. They deflecting. They
I want
deflecting right now.
Mar, actually, the reason I came in here was it wasn't even an Ohio State and Michigan question. It was a football conversation we were having just in general about national championships in general. Again, listen, I get it. It's fun to troll about it. Like I've been watching in the broadcast. I actually paused it because I actually wanted to. I heard Ryan Day was talking, so I was listening to that. And again, just like the national championship I've done four times over, I can rewatch this ceremony over and over and over again. And it's gonna be it's gonna be pleasant watching it over and over and over again because the national championship.
I got our games DVR too. I can watch the 2023 win and the 2024 win over and over as well.
Oh, West Squad, but to what you said about being in the heads of the basically Ryan Day, I agree with you. Yes, he
should have did more than he did. Is all I'm saying.
No,
like, he was just
all right, real quick. Steven, you can go, man.
Yeah. Oh, you know Steven about to cook. I gotta hear.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, Steven.
I'm just listening, man. I mean, I'm laughing. This is funny. I'm laughing. Y'all do your thing.
But no, Wes Grant, no. You guys are definitely in Ryan Day's head. I've said multiple times now. Like it was the reason why I always laughed when everyone said, "Oh, if our team can do the Michigan game plan," and I'm like, Ryan Day doesn't have to go see a therapist because of your program. What do we it's listen, man. Yes.
Is Jim Knowles leaving for real? Jim Knowles going to Penn State?
No, I don't think he.
He'll go to Oklahoma before he goes to Penn State.
Somebody sent in the chat. Are they lying or they playing?
Now Oklahoma
did it come out already? Wait, did it come out?
They sent it in the chat that he left for Penn State. Maybe they lying. I don't know, but it's all in the chat.
I'll look it up right now. If he did, I'd be surprised. I thought he was going to Oklahoma.
Well, I know Chip Kelly's most definitely out of there. Yeah,
he ain't going to no Penn State.
Oh, Kelly was going to Tampa Bay. Well, I don't know, but they say
I'm reading it right here. Yeah, report: Sooners defensive coordinator target Jim Knowles accepts job at Penn State.
Wow.
Y'all about to treat him? Y'all gonna treat him like Tony Alford?
Hey, we can't say nothing to Michigan fans. Hey, Wink about to head. I think Wink came out, so we can't really say nothing.
And dude, and you know what? Dude, that kind of sucks because like there's a few things that come from that. Or like, so I thought he was gonna go to Oklahoma because his lady is down there.
Facts. Me too. Facts.
And then.
Now that defense. Now you.
No. We got a conversation.
Johnny, the exact same thing for Michigan last year. The exact same thing.
Look at Johnny laughing.
So like I tweeted this out before the national championship. If Jim Knowles gets me that national championship, I don't care what he does. Like go ahead, like he deserves it. We'll see what happens now. Now a few things that concern me. I would wonder what it has to do with. If it has anything to do with Larry Johnson, that'll piss me off because I would rather we let go because we have our new defensive coordinator. We have our new D line coach. So
Johnny,
like,
why you got the hoodie on somehow?
if we chose Larry Johnson over Jim Knowles, that's frustrating. Because again, if I said yesterday, if Jim Knowles leaves, it's probably because he wants a new challenge. They offered him the offer was to be the highest paid defensive coordinator in college football.
Hey, we can revisit that Texas. We can revisit that Texas conversation now. I'm with old boy now. You're not beating.
No. We can. No, I mean, no, but I mean, listen. It's not like Penn State's not a big job. I mean, Larry, what's his name?
Shocked that he took it.
Ohio State, though, bro.
No, but I mean, like,
they can't beat y'all. That's crazy.
No, but I mean, after the national championship, Mark D'Antonio went to Michigan State the next year.
Garrison, let me ask you this: why do you think Jim Knowles decided to go to Penn State?
That was for a head coaching job.
No, a new challenge. Like again, like we offer. No, because I mean that's common for coaches to do that though, like because we offered him to be the highest paid DC in college football.
Facts.
So what that tells me is that either A, there's someone on the staff that you don't want to be around, and if I had to guess, that's Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson, because they had a little back and forth earlier in the year, didn't they?
Yeah, and it took until the end of the year for us to run Jim Knowles' defense fully.
Damn.
So I would say it's either that.
The big city. That's all. He wants to go to the pristine countryside of Happy Valley.
but like I said, like dude probably just wants a new challenge. Like Tony Alford went from Notre Dame to Ohio State to Michigan.
Johnny, what you say?
What pressure of dealing with Michigan.
You think? Oh no, Johnny. You think that?
Good try. But no, I just think it's. I mean, he ain't the reason why we lost to you guys. So
22, 20.
Not this, but not this season. So like last year, and truthfully, last year's defense did pretty good last year.
So now Garrison, you got to admit on this one, after losing pretty much your whole defense and then losing Jim Knowles, you got to say that's a pretty big hit.
Losing Jim Knowles is a big hit. I'm not going to sit here and you guys control. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like Ohio State's going to have. We usually have good defenses no matter what, but that's been the system. That's what the guys know that are there right now. Again, it helps that we bring back key guys. That's the big part, and we bring back guys that have a lot of playing time, guys that have played on the big stage. So, but no, losing Jim Knowles sucks. It sucks.
So did Michigan. Michigan though. Michigan brought back some first rounders on it. Y'all got one first round on the defense. Y'all got one first round that's Caleb Downs.
Well, as of now, you don't know that Kenyatta Jackson Jr. is not gonna be a first round pick. We don't know some of the guys.
No, okay, my bad. Y'all got one. Michigan have surefire first rounders.
Yeah,
y'all got a bad spades hand, one on the possible.
Okay. But for you guys, you had Rob Moore that got injured. You had Will Johnson who was eventually injured. So
surefire first rounder. Grant, surefire.
But I think it's important. You bring back Caleb Downs, you bring back Davis Igbenogson, you bring back Jermaine Matthews. He had to come back, but still, he's basically been a starter for us. You bring back Sonny Styles. Arvell Reese was a third linebacker, often got a lot of playing time as a true freshman. So he's back, and then we have defensive line guys that have a lot of tick also. So again, the players are there.
Y'all taking a step back. They don't need.
Yeah, no. Would I be surprised if you took a step back from being the number one defense in the country? No, I think we'll still be around top 10.
I don't think. Number one. Who did, like Johnny always says, who did they like? I'm gonna be Michigan 2023 schedule. I'm not saying it was the most daunting schedule, but good Lord, man, who did Ohio really play in 2024? Who?
Tennessee.
No. We're talking about the playoff. I'm talking about during because it's about the regular season for the most part.
But you saw us play them.
Go ahead.
But you saw us play them.
I saw you play them in the playoff. Yes, that's different.
And
they were number 2 in the regular season based on stats, and they went to number 1 after the playoff. In those first 12 games, other than Oregon, because you always bring this up, nobody scored more than 30, yada yada yada. Who did they actually beat relevant in that regular season? I'm gonna give you Indiana. I guess you're gonna say that, but they suck. Who did they beat that could throw the ball and pass the ball in the regular season besides Oregon? Let me a top 10 offense that they beat. Besides Oregon,
I won't name Indiana. I'll give you Oregon.
You can't.
I'm saying I'll give you Oregon. Like that's the only one we played. I'm asking, what does that even matter when you saw us play the best teams in college football?
Tennessee, you play Tennessee, you play Texas, you play Oregon and Notre Dame. Come on, man. This is why
Wait, Steven. So who would Ohio State had to play in the playoff for you to respect it?
Who would they have to have beaten?
Yes.
Georgia.
Well, I was going to say, fully healthy Georgia, not just Georgia, fully healthy Georgia. And Texas, I respect them for beating Texas. They just beat Texas. I'm gonna give them their props. I'm not gonna take nothing away from them for beating Texas. But I would have liked to have seen Georgia. And
you don't think going up 34? You don't think going up 34-8 on Oregon and a half is impressive?
They're not. No, not me. That's why I said Georgia. Oregon was new to the game.
Bro,
Georgia was veteran. Oregon was new to the game.
You do know Oregon almost lost it. Like they got ran up and down on by Georgia Tech. Like it's not like they like. Did you watch Georgia this season? They had games they didn't.
Georgia should have lost to Georgia Tech. I believe
because Georgia didn't have a good run game. They led their quarterback to a lot of interceptions. Their wide receiver unit led the nation in drop passes. The defensive line and front seven gave up a lot of rushing yards this season. Like you had like Georgia was some daunting team this season. They won the SEC.
You asked me a question. I answered the question. So,
why do you respect that win more than the Oregon?
I didn't respect. They didn't play. You asked me what.
I'm asking why would you respect that more of Oregon?
I mean, Oregon should have lost both. They should have, but they didn't. They should have lost 4 or 5 games, as we all know they should have.
What?
Georgia, everything you said was right, but that don't take away from the fact that Oregon should have lost 4 or 5 games. It doesn't. Oregon should have lost to Boise State. If we're being real, Oregon should have lost about 3 or 4 games, to be honest. If Michigan had a competent offense, they might beat them. We don't know, but Oregon, we saw 13-0 when you lose the first game like that. Come on, man. Let's be realistic. I mean, Oregon wasn't all that. They were like Florida State in 2014 to me. Just undefeated, and I mean, you had like 6 or 7 like get by wins. They were like Florida State 2014. That's their comp. Am I lying? Think back to 2014.
They never rise to the occasion either. Like when it's time.
By the way, JSC, he says took y'all a second try to beat Oregon. By the way, Alabama did the same thing to LSU. They lost to LSU in the regular season 9-6, and then smacked them in the playoffs. I mean, in the championship.
I never liked that. To me, I felt like it didn't seem right with me because we beat y'all first, then y'all beat us in the championship.
But I mean, when I remember that when LSU won that game, I came out saying Alabama's better than LSU. Like I thought that through and through.
Real low scoring games. And
not the second time. The second time in the championship, Bama blew their doors off.
Bama kicked 5 field goals, man. Bama kicked 5 field goals, bro.
But they figured out Tyrann Mathieu was little. We can just throw it up on him.
Absolutely. That's exactly what happened, Johnny. Exactly what happened. They were throwing air balls, and he's 5'9". They were throwing the 6'1" wide receivers, and nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what we were like. What the conversation was supposed to be had with for Ohio State and like who we played. But at the end of the day, man, like we can seriously say who do they play in the regular season. That doesn't matter when you go against 4 top 10 teams in a row, week to week, and you win. Like that's not that was not easy for any team to do this season, let alone the team that had the hardest path.
Was Tennessee a good team to you? Were they a top 10 team?
Yeah, bro, that's a good team, bro. There's 134 college football teams.
Were they a top 10 team?
Yes.
No,
yes.
Tennessee. They had some of the same deficiencies as Georgia. They had some of the same deficiencies as Georgia, and you didn't bring that up. The same one.
Georgia's a top 10 team.
Now I know. So Tennessee. No, I mean they had the same deficiencies. You just clowned Georgia for having the deficiencies. Tennessee. It's okay. So Notre Dame was a really good team.
I can still, dude. You can be a good team and have deficiencies. What are you talking about?
No, they had the same deficiencies.
What does that
matter than Carson Beck?
What now?
What does that matter to the conversation we're having when I sit here and tell you that Tennessee had deficiencies that played in our favor, but they were still a top 10 team. It'd be the same thing. It'd be the same thing for Georgia. If we play Georgia, not only are we better than them, they have a scheme deficiency when they play against us because all those SEC teams like to play man coverage stupidly.
Yeah, I don't know why they like it.
That's because Tennessee is supposedly had a top 5 defensive line.
Yeah, and everyone kept saying that. Didn't matter. Then they had a second time against Oregon, one of the best D-lines in college football. Didn't matter. Went 34-8 those bums. Then he had Texas. Everyone kept saying, "Oh, okay, they run zone like Michigan. Oh, they got some athletes. Oh, they got the quarterback. Oh, they got Steve Sarkisian. Oh, they got a D-line." Didn't matter. We won that game.
I think to be a good team, you just have to be elite at one area of football. And for like Tennessee, they were elite on the defensive line. Texas was elite in the secondary. You know, Notre Dame had an elite secondary as well. I mean, and then Oregon just had an elite defensive line. I mean, at the end of the day, to be good, you don't have to be elite in one area. You don't have to be a complete team.
When y'all say elite, what is it? Like Tennessee had a elite defensive line? They had
yes.
No, they were not.
They had elite edge players.
Their defensive line. You look at their defensive stats. Their defensive stats were top 10 in the nation.
It was.
And it was because of their defensive line.
When Tennessee's 2 losses, what happened in those games? Do you know why weren't they elite?
That's the secondary. That's the secondary. I said their defensive line was elite.
The secondary is only as good as the D line, though.
That's facts.
Their D line was elite. They just gave the defensive coordinator
Oh, they're not.
Tennessee.
Elite is Michigan defensive line last year.
If your defensive line is not good, your secondary better be all. What has Alabama ever had an elite secondary when that D line wasn't elite too? I ain't never seen. You guys want the
like 2 years ago, like 2 years ago.
Bama?
Nah, and honestly, you could say sometimes the secondary can make a defensive line elite too. If you can hold him, if you can hold him, man, that makes your defensive line able to eat a lot better. I mean, we saw that with Ohio State too. We saw that with Ohio State. That's the reason why we started to see JTT and Sawyer starting to get sacks. And it's just because our secondary is starting to hold up.
No, and if you look at Notre Dame's defensive line was not that good this season. They barely had any sacks. The sacks they had was because their secondary was locking down on people.
They played a garbage schedule.
Notre Dame defensive line is trash.
I mean,
to be honest,
they still didn't have a lot of sacks. That's what I'm saying.
And to be honest with you, I think that's the reason why Oregon defense looks so good, because their secondary, I mean, compared to most Big Ten offenses, they were able to lock everybody down in man, and so that's why their defensive line was able to eat so much this year.
Yeah,
and that's why there was that perception about Oregon having an elite defensive line, is because their secondary was able to play man and just allowing them to blitz up the middle and just be able to get at quarterbacks.
All I know, we got a 2 or 3 deep on our defensive line this year, so it's about to be bad. It's about to be.
We'll see what they look like. Like the kid from Alabama, We'll see what he looks like.
I think he's a better. I think
Williams is gonna be that dog. So stop.
Honestly, I think Page should be an offensive lineman. I think he's a better offensive lineman than he is a defensive lineman. Even coming out of high school, they were saying he should play more on the offensive line. So I think you guys could use him more on the offensive line this year, in my opinion.
I mean, Michigan having a good D line is that's par for course.
We got deep. We too deep. We got depth. We ain't have it this year.
Are y'all gonna be Oklahoma this year?
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm calling that now. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
And they're gonna beat them bad too. Not just beat them. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a track meet. I think Oklahoma's offense.
No, it's not.
I think it's gonna be a track meet.
They don't have
y'all do know they lost, like, one of the reasons they were this bad this season because they lost their top 6 receivers to injury.
Whose fault is that? That ain't Michigan's fault.
Bro, no one's
I'm just saying.
Like, everything's not about Michigan. I'm simply saying one of the reasons they were that bad last season is because they got a quarterback injured, had to throw in a young guy, and then when you have a true freshman playing, like, dude, if you have a true freshman playing, it is not.
He's gonna be good.
Yeah, he's gonna be good. He's not even gonna start next season.
I know one thing for sure. This is for sure right here. This is guaranteed. We most definitely beat Ohio State this year.
Easily.
Well, when that bridge comes up, we can all cross it. That bridge gets up, we can all cross it.
At the end of the day, Michigan can say they have all the depth they want, but we'll see who's the healthiest team at that point in the year. I mean, you can never count on injuries. You can never count on injuries.
Depth makes you healthy.
You're talking to a team that dealt with injuries all year. Michigan was dealing with injuries all year.
I don't know if y'all be my Bucks. Ryan Day, he just went on a not a tirade, but he took a victory lap.
Steven, get him.
If you go back and watch that parade celebration, he took a victory lap.
The parade.
At the parade, he was asking, where were you at? He was asking,
where were you at? What else did he say, Jason? What else? Tell me more, Jason.
He said, where was you at when we beat Penn State? Where was you at when Davidson had that one-handed interception in end zone? Where was you at when Caleb Downs took it to the grip? Where was you at when we beat Tennessee? Where was you at when we took down? He was taking
where was you at?
I want to know where y'all going to be at when we take y'all down in 2024.
Hey, Jason, where were they at when Khalil Mullins said it was 3rd and 6? What was that all-world defense? When Khalil Mullins ran for 40 yards, where were they at then?
Hey, it was 27 yards. It was 27 yards. It was not 40. It was not 40. It was 27.
It looked like 40. It looked like 40.
Those are the questions he asked. He wanted to know.
Where were they at then?
Where was you at when we beat Oregon? Where was you at when we scored against Tennessee? Where was you at when Davidson had one interception? That was him talking.
Jason, you do know Michigan fans do not care about who y'all beat, right?
Yeah. As one thing, hey, Jason, where were you at November 30th?
Crying in the stadium. I remember. I got some TikToks too.
Hey, Jason, where were you at when Makari Page intercepted Will Howard? Where were you at when Amir Hill was intercepting Will Howard? I thought he was that guy, right? Will Howard, right? I thought he was that dude, right? Where was you at when Evan Link was shutting down JPT? Where were you at?
I'm just
I don't know about shutting it down. I don't know about shutting it down.
Did he get a sack or a tackle on the quarter? Yes or no?
Y'all passed it like 12 times.
Did Evan Link give up a sack since he's so bad? Yes or no? And I thank you.
I don't know. That's what Ryan Day was just saying. Those are his words to me, man.
Hey, you know
Did
what?
you guys get a sack? Did you guys get a sack against us?
You know what?
They were holding 90% of the game. They didn't need a sack.
Hey, all right. We can say the same thing. Evan Link held Sawyer on that Khalil Munnings run, but nobody called it.
Did you watch the last sequence? Ohio literally held Michigan 4 straight plays, and he still only threw for 1 yard. What are we talking about?
Dude, I played offensive line, and I can tell you straight up, you can call hold on every play. Let's be real.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No,
you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Anytime they play in Columbus, they hold all the time. Michigan never.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Yes, it does.
Johnny,
oh my God.
The games, right?
Oh my God.
How many times did Ohio get called for holding at home?
Graham like crazy.
How many times did we get holds called against us? We didn't get the first holding call into the national championship game, and our last holding call was September 20th. Like, don't come with me with that. Don't call me with that.
Iggy's holding every time.
Every time.
That wouldn't even make sense. Then they got to call him every time.
Yep.
So you don't think?
And they should. And they should. And they should.
I know. One thing.
At the end of the day, Iggy should be a freaking safety. At the end of the day, he reminds me so much of like a safety. He should be out safety. I don't know why they have my corner.
He said he's coming back to be. He said he announced yesterday that he's coming back to be.
It doesn't even matter. There's no bigger comeback than Rob Moore coming back, so it don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, Rod Moore and Caleb Downs are literally like the college version of Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu. They're both great for what they do.
Don't say that.
Rod Moore is Troy to Michigan, and Caleb is Ed Reed.
Don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful.
No, Rod Moore is more important than y'all think.
Rob Moore is a very good football player. He is not Caleb Downs.
I promise you,
Caleb Downs ain't Rod Moore either. Caleb Downs may have one impactful play.
Hey, hold on. What has Caleb Downs? He's a phenomenal player, but let's not act like he's like a great game changer that then took over.
He is.
He ain't.
He is.
Do you watch tape film?
He is.
All 22.
Like, what amazing play did he make in the game to seal the game like how Rob Moore did last year?
Did you not see Texas? Did you not see Texas?
Wait.
Did you not see Texas?
Philip, 1 second.
What did he do?
1 second. Brad.
He's okay, Garrison, I'm gonna let you cook.
How many football games did Ohio State play this season?
This how I'm saying.
Wait, no. How many games
did
Ohio State play?
He's a phenomenal player. He's the best safety in the nation. I'm giving him this prop.
Leave it at that.
But stop.
Stop what?
Don't try to dog on Rob Moore like he ain't.
No one dogged on Rob. I just said
Rob Moore made interceptions. When it's time for big plays, Rob Moore rises.
Bro, I just said Rob Moore is one of the best safeties in college football. I also said he's going to be a late first round, early second round pick. He ain't Caleb Downs.
And what exactly is Caleb down? Like, I know, like, I'm trying to see. Does he?
Bro, they literally talk about him being a first top five pick.
Plays? Like,
they talk about
you just compared Rob Moore to Troy Polamalu. You just compared him to Troy Polamalu. That's crazy.
What are you talking about, bro?
That's crazy.
That's a comparison to me. For what they do, their teams. Caleb Downs is more Ed Reed for Ohio. Rod Moore is more Troy Polamalu for Michigan.
Rod Moore ain't taking it to the house against Indiana.
That ain't what I said. You ain't listening. I said for their team. That's what they are to their teams. Rod Moore was important on the sidelines. He's the captain. When Troy wasn't playing, he was coaching the boy. Hey, this is what you do. Take Caleb Downs out of Ohio's lineup. What do they do at safety?
Listen, just don't put your boy in the same sentence as ours. How about that?
We can do that though.
Why can't
Rob Moore doing the same. What you talking about? What was Donald doing at Alabama? He was good. You act like he went to Ohio and all of a sudden he became good. He was an All-American anyway.
Bro,
whether you wanted to be or not.
He ain't good. He's great.
He was good. He was great at Alabama. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I'm not, bro. I'm not sitting there saying Ohio State takes the credit for Caleb Downs.
No, but you say don't put him in the same sentence as Rob Morris. Rob from Michigan at Michigan and Caleb Downs has done at Ohio.
Rob Moore. I have a great comparison. Comparing Caleb Downs to Rob Moore is like comparing Mason Graham to Tyleik Williams. It's like you can't compare the two. You cannot compare the two at all.
I don't even know who that is, bro. Is he one of the lead defensive linemen?
Bro, that's the point he's making, bro. Tyleik is a very good defensive tackle. He's gonna be one of the top.
Williams is. Don't get me wrong. I'm sorry, but Tyleik Williams is a nobody.
No, he's not a nobody. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're sitting here saying that we're talking down on Rob Moore. We didn't say that he's a nobody. You're sitting here saying that guy who's going to be just like Rob Moore, a fringe first round, early second round pick, and Tyleik Williams. You're sitting here saying that he's a nobody. No,
I didn't say that.
You just said no, not Steve. You, Stephen. Brad said that. He's making the same comparison that Rob Moore is like Tyleik Williams. You're a very good player in your position. You're probably going to be in the first round or early second round pick. Guys like Mason Graham and Caleb Downs are top 5, top 10 picks in the NFL draft.
Does Tyleik Williams, does he make impactful plays?
Oh my God.
Johnny, help your boy, Johnny. Help your boy, Johnny.
Oh my God.
He's a stud. Like he's a
Johnny, was that a fair comparison? Was that a fair comparison, Johnny?
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. I'm talking about guys that make impactful plays.
Williams does.
Rob Moore makes impactful plays.
Yeah.
Am I right?
So Brad, my man.
That's all I'm saying.
Brad, Ohio State was the best defense in goal line situations this season.
That's nice.
And usually when you're the best in goal line situations, that means that the interior of your defensive line is getting most of the push. My brother, he is the captain at that position.
Okay. They're calling his name like Mason Graham saying.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Hey, Garrison, in the regular season, how many times?
You're not talking about Jim Knowles taking the Penn State job.
We already talked about that.
Oh man.
Hey, Garrison. So when in Ohio State 12 regular season games, how many times was Caleb Downs the best safety on the field? In your opinion?
Every game.
Every game? He was the best safety on the field every game. Nothing bar none. So in that Michigan game, McCarry Page wasn't better than him?
No.
Oh my God!
Lord have mercy. That he was, but McCarry was. I knew you were
McCarry Page. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Do you not know Alex Orji scores on that run if it wasn't for Caleb Downs? If it wasn't for Caleb Downs, Alex Orji scores on that run.
I knew he was going to fall for it. That's why I stopped talking. I knew I was going to get him. McCarry,
guys, it's okay to admit if a player is better.
Alex Orji scored if it wasn't for Caleb Downs on that run play. Just saying.
So Steven, why I'm open for the conversation.
Did you see the game? Did you watch McCarry's impact?
Can I finish talking?
No, I'm answering your question before you answer.
Go ahead. You didn't answer my question at all.
Go ahead.
I said, what did McCarry Page do in that game that says he played better than Caleb Downs in that game?
Ask Will Howard. His noodle's still knocked out. For one, he made as impactful an interception in the red zone, just like Caleb Downs did. But he also made more tackles. Caleb Downs had one play in that game. One.
Bro, are we really? Hold on, guys. Are we really comparing McCarry Page to Caleb Downs right now?
For that game, yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Bro, come on, man.
He had one shining moment. That's it.
Yes.
One shining moment.
You said that he was the best safety on the field 12 games. I told you, I knew you were going to say something stupid like that.
They're just giving Michigan fans a bad name right now, man.
He was not. No, bro, but first of all, I don't know who you are. Secondly, back to you, Garrison.
He's a Michigan man. I don't know. But look, you can't say Caleb Downs is not better than McCarry Page, and he's better by a lot, by the way.
I said in that game. I didn't say that. I said in that game. Stop it. Don't misquote me. I know what I said because I was lying here when I said it. McCoy was better than him in that game. Stop it.
Yes, he was. Yes,
exactly.
He was. Yes, he was. I can agree.
All right. Based on what?
And we sat here and was speaking about. They're saying that.
Oh, what? Y'all scored 13 points.
Each time Caleb Down touched the field, is he the best safety in each and every one of them games?
Yes.
If he was, they would have beat.
No, he was not.
Oregon was going.
Yes.
Oregon went crazy. Oregon went crazy on your.
All right. How about this?
Crazy on Burke. Not
wait. How about this?
How about this? If Rob Moore, if I guarantee you, if Rob Moore was playing, they wouldn't have been going crazy like that in the past.
You know that was all scheme. That was all scheme.
There's an easy way to fix this.
Hey, is that a Michigan fan? Hey, Johnny, is that the Michigan? I thought he was with Michigan, man. He side with Ohio.
No, well, listen. There's an easy way to.
I'm a Michigan fan, but I gotta keep it real. I mean, some of these takes may get a little crazy, bro.
I said in that game, you ain't listening. You're listening with your emotions.
Here's a great take. 2024 OSU lost to 2023 Michigan's bench warmers. Great take.
That's not true.
Literally is true. That's actually quite literally true. That's actually factual.
They did play some backup guys, so I mean, it ain't like you.
If you believe that Makari Page played better than Caleb Downs in the game, say aye.
Aye.
He did in the game.
It was. Yeah, I think he did in the game, man.
Wait, I'm confused. What did your offense do against Caleb Downs that would say different?
I mean,
but they didn't. It was Davis one. First of all,
do against our
no, bro. Johnny, here's the difference. I'm not sitting here saying that Caleb that Makari Page didn't have a good game. I'm not sitting here saying that Makari like that. I'm not just saying like blankly that. And my points you're saying so are not. We hit the quarterback really hard and they had a pick. That's not what I'm saying. I'm asking schematically on the team, and also if you're stat watching a DB, you have other football problems. But what did he do in the game that was so much better than Caleb Downs? Because as far as I'm concerned, you can sit here and say, yeah, our offense is already bad. Okay, we continuously made
I can tell you. I can tell you.
We continuously still made your defense look bad. Colson Lovett was injured in that game. So your other tight end, you guys still were comfortable with. Caleb Downs is still out there covering those guys. They ain't getting it. You guys still like to pass the ball off the slot. Caleb Downs is still around that area. Your run game wasn't like thrashing through our defensive line.
Hold on, I got this guy. This is really easy.
So what did he do?
Yeah, I can tell you. Here's how. If I'm gonna make the argument, this is how I would make it. Caleb Downs had the easier job. He had the easier job. Every team in the country that we played throughout the season was pretty much able to lock up our pass game, right? So it was an easier task. Let me finish. Meanwhile, Makari Page had the much tougher job. And he had crucial plays throughout the game. He had the interception. He had the third down stop on Ibuka on the first drive. He was hitting, tackling. He was there all game. So when I'm weighing it, I weigh in who had the tougher assignment. And clearly Makari Page had the tougher assignment.
When has that ever mattered?
It clearly matters. It clearly matters. It clearly matters. When you have the tougher, when you're comparing a singular game, you have to compare who had the tougher challenge, who had to go up against the tougher matchups. Clearly, it was Makari Page, and Makari Page made plays all game.
So I'm gonna repeat. I forgot what Michigan fan was in here that said like you're gonna blame us for whatever, like the way we looked back for that 97. It was Johnny. Johnny asked me, "Are you going to blame me for us having to go by the rules in the 97 championship?" And we just haven't had it. I'm going to throw the same thing at you. You want like we're supposed to care? Like you want to blame us? The simple fact that
it's not care. We're comparing who had the better game.
Wait.
And you have to compare matchups.
Wait. Season in and season out, I think most people would say it's harder to go against Ohio State's offense than it is Michigan's. Like most people would say that because of the way Ohio State can move the ball up, like throughout the air and through the ground and quarterback play.
Yeah, and Michigan just wasn't good in the pass game. Yeah, period. They were terrible. Well, every team was able to stop our pass game. It's not a tough challenge.
But that's not a good measurable to say some guy played better than the other. You can't.
Well, 100% is. If one player, it's more impressive what Makari Page did than what Caleb Downs did in that game. 100%.
Wait. Don't put the blame on Caleb because of your guys'
I'm
malpractice.
not blaming Caleb. I'm saying if you're going to compare the two players, clearly Makari Page was more impressive because he had the tougher matchup. He had to actually cover elite wide receivers, and he had to make critical plays, and he made critical plays in that game. What Caleb Downs did, and again, it's not his fault. That's not my argument, is whether it's his fault or not. It's whether he had an easier job to do, and that factors into who had the more impressive day.
Do you think whoever Texas do you think whoever Texas' safety is?
We're not talking about Texas.
No,
we're not talking about Texas.
You're missing the point. Don't pay attention to the car. Pay attention to the destination. Do you
No.
believe that?
We asked you about Michigan. No. See, that's what you do. You don't answer. You instead of answering the question,
do you believe that?
If you look at Ohio versus Michigan, you saw Page more than Downs. Downs made one play. McCoy was all over the place. We talk about Michigan and Ohio, man.
Well, Steve, I think Caleb Downs played great. I'm just saying what Makari Page did in that game was way more impressive because of the matchup and the assignment he was asked to do, and what he did do, the crucial plays that he came up with going against those matchups. It's just more impressive what he did in that game. Period.
I agree.
Okay, so I'm giving you another scenario that's just like this one.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
asking you, do you believe that Texas' safety played better than Caleb Downs?
That wasn't my
Do I think Texas' safety played better than Caleb Downs?
Yeah.
I thought that game's more even in terms of matchup. Now, clearly, Ohio State still has the better weapons. That's more even. So if I'm comparing that game, that's more of an even conversation because they actually have some skill players. They actually are able to do some things on offense. Versus the Michigan-Ohio State game, it's so heavily outweighed, skewed towards Ohio State that I got to give the edge to Makari Page. It's just clearly more impressive what he was able to do given those factors.
And we've seen Caleb. We've seen him twice this year, and he really.
But Caleb is the better player, though, Garrison.
He is.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like he's the better player.
Besides that pick against Michigan in that game, and then we played him in the Rose Bowl. What did he?
So this debate is really.
It's kind of a silly debate. It's kind of a silly debate, though, to be honest with you.
I mean, he had pass deflection as well. It don't matter how many tackles he had. I saw McCoy Page just like Ohio fans did. Make more plays.
Had 4 tackles. One player had 4 tackles, 7 assists. Makari Page on record has 1 tackle.
How many pass? 1 interception, 1 tackle. How many pass deflections? Because in the red zone, McCoy got busy. So stop it.
Numbers ain't lying. I'm looking at the numbers right now.
You brought up some numbers. Pass deflection.
Why are we even debating this, man?
No, because it's like I hear this argument. That was only part of my argument. Garrison, see, earlier he talked about what they have returning compared to what Michigan had returning last year. He didn't say nothing about the running back. He said nothing about the quarterback of the backfield. He said they got a tight end coming in. Some offensive linemen supposed to be better than Michigan's. If Michigan's offensive line was so bad, how come they didn't give up sacks to that vaunted O State defense?
Caleb Downs, they both
passed the ball like 12 times that game.
At the end of the day, look, at the end of the day, if you're going to compare 2023 Michigan to 2024 Ohio State, you can't. 2024 Ohio State lost to 2023 Michigan's bench warmers. There is no conversation to be had.
Who's comparing that? Don't start that debate. Let's move on. I
just had to throw it out there. I mean, for till the end of time, when Ohio State fans try to say, "Oh, 2024 Ohio State, we truck 2023 Michigan," nah, you lost to our bench warmers. You lost to the that were handing out Gatorade. They were handing out Gatorade to the starters. That's who you lost to at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay. So, question, and this is for Johnny because Johnny has the ability to not be biased because he's a Michigan fan, and I just want to make sure my head is in the right place when I ask this question. Why does this national championship for Ohio State, it seems like it's a weird championship. Like it's like they're not fully embracing that they won the championship, and like Michigan is still on the brain for some reason. And now is it just me because I'm and it's part of my biasness, or
no?
I'm trying to look at this objectively.
No, it's a thing. It's a thing for them because they didn't. The ultimate bragging rights was always the game. And they lost the game, but won the championship. And so, yeah, they feel good about that. But in your heart, if you're a real Michigan fan or a real Ohio State fan, it pains you to lose the game.
Okay, so I'm not tripping.
And I can say that, and I can say this as a Buckeye fan. I mean, I grew up in the rivalry. You know, I have family that played for Ohio State football,
Okay,
and
cool.
I have family that played at Michigan as well. I can tell you straight up, it's a 365 rivalry, man. It never stops. It never stops. Like the game is like we won the national championship, and our next objective the next day is what can we do to beat Michigan at the end of November. That's just how it is.
So, Philip, let me ask you this, brother. Let me ask you because you sound a reasonable guy, Buckeye fan. Be all the way honest with me, because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is a national championship. That takes nothing away from y'all. And like my dude Johnny, a real dude, he gave Ohio State props before they started trying to do something different.
Respect for that. Respect for that, Johnny.
So let me ask you this. So
did something happen to his mic?
Hello?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Can't hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I know we can't hear him. Where'd he go? Is he there? Are you on mute? Is he on mute?
Go ahead, Barmore.
Hey, again, like you said, the true and the heart thing. What up, though? The true and the heart thing. The true and the heart thing. Like if you are a passionate fan and you go through the steps and win it all. You know, I was at last year at this time. I was driving up to the national championship celebration, and I could enjoy it. I wasn't in the Ohio State chat on video chat about Michigan football.
Well, Johnny, to be fair, Johnny asked him to come up. So I mean, he didn't have to, but Johnny did.
I'm saying like this wouldn't even be, they won the national championship. This wouldn't even be on their mind right now. It would be enjoying that, watching the national celebration. I just don't understand why they here. I understand he brought him up, but he could have, declined and said, "Hey, man, we won the natty."
Hey, Marmar, Hey, Marmar, they don't call it buck nuts for crazy. We're nuts. We're crazy. That's how we are. That's how we operate.
Hey, Philip, quick question.
I wouldn't want to be called that.
What's your feelings on Jim Knowles leaving though? Because I didn't hear that conversation.
I mean, it's devastating. I mean, even more than losing the defensive coordinator is just the fact that we may lose Matt Garrison, who's our safety coach. So I think that's actually. I think that's going to be actually a lot more devastating than just losing Jim Knowles, is that we may lose our safety coach. Because as much as I love Tim Walton, he's the OG for a reason. I mean, our safety's balled out this year, and I think a lot of that is because of Matt Garrison. So. I mean, our safety balled out.
I mean, that's crazy though. I'm still kind of shocked that he left. You just won a natty, and he thinks what do you think? Why do you think he left? Do you think there was some sort of toxic thing going on, or what do you think it was?
I mean, for sure. I mean, he didn't. I mean, he didn't have a great relationship with the defensive staff as a whole, especially Larry Johnson. So, I mean, it's not surprising that he left. I mean, and to be honest with you, he's a defensive coordinator. Like, coordinators leave. Like, that's normal. When you win and have success, they should feel like they should move on. I mean,
yeah, but usually you move up. You don't go to Penn State.
I mean, but to be honest with you, he's from Philly. He probably grew up a Penn State fan, and he sees it as a new challenge. I mean, he already achieved most of his goals he wanted to have at Ohio State. I mean, what more can he do at Ohio State?
I mean, no, that's a cop out.
It's not even I wouldn't even consider it a lateral move. I consider it a down move. I don't know. I personally don't get it.
I consider it a lateral move too, only because I think historically Penn State's always been like a top 10 defense, and at the end of the day, I mean, I don't even think Penn State really needed to go out and get like a top flight defensive coordinator. They need to fix their offense more than their defense. So that's just me though. But he's gonna be devastating loss. I mean, we're gonna try to take a step back because of him. But I mean, I already thought like our 2025 year, our offense is gonna lead us. It's gonna be like a 2021 year for us on as a team.
How do you think that's gonna affect recruiting at all?
No, because I mean, at the end of the day, Jim Knowles didn't really recruit anyways. He's like a weak Martindale in that sense. Like they're the type of guys that once the season's over, they go on vacation, they go chill out at an island or down in Florida, and you don't see them again until spring ball starts.
So you don't think losing What? How many starters did they lose on defense? 8, 9.
Eight. Now that. No, I don't think that has nothing to do with it. I just think he really he maxed himself his defensive scheme. If you look at his defensive scheme from a historical standpoint, they maxed out in year 3. And he maxed his defensive scheme out at Ohio State. So I mean, at the end of the day, I think he probably saw that you can only run this type of defense for so long before you start getting your returns on investment start going down. And
I don't know if I agree with that.
And at the end of the day, I don't think he had, like I said, I don't think he had the best relationship with people on staff even. So I think there's a reason why I think he. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I did hear that Ryan Day told. Now I'm not sure how true this is, but the report was that Ryan Day gave Larry Johnson a lot of control, and it was like Jim had to kind of, I don't want to say answer to him, but it was like, okay, go work with this guy. And Jim Knowles was like, man, I don't know how true that is.
No, that's true because essentially what it was is that we had 2 defensive coordinators. We had a front 4 defense coordinator in Larry Johnson, and we had a back 7 defense coordinator in Jim Knowles. So Larry Johnson had free will to do whatever he wanted with the front 4, and Jim Knowles essentially took care of the back 7 until we lost to Oregon. And then once we lost to Oregon, that all switched.
Wow. That's crazy.
I heard the main wasn't it had to do with rotations that he wasn't liking.
Well, even that we never even saw the jack position, which is the outside defensive end being a stand-up person. We didn't really start seeing that until later part in the year. So you even look at that play that Jack Sawyer made against Michigan, that interception. That's because of Jim Knowles' scheme. That's not because of Larry Johnson. If it was up to Larry Johnson, Jack Sawyer would have never backed out of that play. He would have probably been rushing whoever Davis Warren, and probably would have missed it. You guys probably would have scored a touchdown right there. But because of Jim Knowles' scheme, that defensive end is actually more of a rover player than anything else.
So I'm looking at the chat. I just got to address it. So Johnny and Michigan, Ohio fans too. Some people in the chat are saying, well, Caleb Downs had all these tackles, yada, yada, yada. We remember McCarry Page's plays. Who remembers Caleb Downs' plays in that game besides the interception? Y'all love going to numbers. Who remembers his impact in that game besides the interception?
Like I said,
Ohio fans, go ahead.
My only other play I could think of off the top of my head is that Alex Orji run. Alex Orji scores on that run play, that 29-yard run. It wasn't for Caleb Downs. And Caleb Downs came from across the field to make that to get Alex Orji out of bounds. If you remember that play, Alex Orji had nothing but green grass.
Orji was, let's be real. Orji should have cut out a half a second sooner, but Orji was slow. I could have caught him, man. I'm 44 years old.
He was running like
slow, man. Yeah, he running like his
I thought you were supposed to be like I thought you were supposed to be like a 4.3 guy, man. I saw that. I was like, damn, he may be like a 4.6, 4.7 guy on that play.
Man, Orji. I don't know. Maybe he had an orgy before the game. I don't know. His energy may have been gone. But I know, like Caleb. But that's the only players you remember. Like y'all talk about Caleb Downs. No Ohio fan can tell me 3 plays that were specific that he made outside of interception that tackle. But y'all talking about he made all these tackles. That's cute. Name some plays. I can tell you what McCarry did.
I mean, because to be honest with you, look at at the safety, if you're only coming down on the run plays every play, which is what essentially Michigan was doing the whole game. You guys just ran up on our middle the whole damn game. And you remember even the play that freaking Donovan Evers, the play Donovan Evers got hurt on. He got hurt because Caleb Downs came down and tackled him and twisted his ankle going out of bounds.
Right. So I don't remember that. I don't remember him. I don't know.
I know you didn't remember that because you guys won the game. So that's all that matters to you guys. You guys won the game.
No, I remember him getting hit. I don't remember him getting. I don't know. You said Downs hit. I didn't know Downs hit.
Yeah. So on that sweep play with Edwards, he got tackled on the sidelines. The person that made that tackle was Caleb Downs. If you go and look back at that play, that was Caleb Downs that got him out of the game. And but I mean, it was a legal tackle. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he twisted his ankle trying to purposely hurt him. But I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes when those plays don't mean a lot in the grand scheme of things because you guys won. But for me as a Ohio State fan, I'm looking at every play, like dissecting why did we lose this game? And I'm looking at that play. That was a win for us because we had Caleb Downs coming down.
I thought 2 or 3 guys hit him. I don't remember Donovan getting tackled 1-on-1. I thought it was like 2 or 3.
So Downs made the first contact, and then the other guys rallied to the ball at the end there. But the person that got him down first was Caleb Downs.
Okay.
No pun intended.
Well, yeah, but like I said, I'm not discrediting Caleb Downs. I live in Alabama. It's always fun. But Johnny made a great point. Michigan's like it's easy to make. Like Michigan's offense was 129 in the nation. They finished 129, literally. Ohio had a top 5 offense. So Macari, and not only him, but Zeke Berry, Jair Hill, all them boys balled out. You expect them to do. You kind of had to. They had to. Well, against Ohio, Caleb Downs and them, they was going through for 62 yards. 62 is still 62. But running. But you know what?
I'm sorry. No, I'll say this though, man. I think it's a wash between our safeties and y'all safeties. To be honest with you, in that game, I think when you guys actually beat us with your DBs, your cornerbacks. Your cornerbacks pretty much had us in lock most of the game. And you even look at us. I think the one play that really cost us in that game, if you look back on it, it was that damn PI on not even IGB. It was that PI on freaking Denzel Burke on that damn trick play. There was no reason for him to make that damn PI. He should have had his back turned, and it would have been an easy pick. I forgot who threw the ball, but it would have been an easy. Yeah, Ronnie Bell. So that would have been an easy.
Yeah, but that Macari Page pick was huge too, though.
Yeah. No,
y'all was in the red zone.
Yep. No, it was huge, and that was just a misfire. That's being a DB in the right position, almost like Caleb Downs. Both of their interceptions, I think, wash each other out because that's just DB being in a great position. As probably Johnny can tell, since he played wide receiver, so he probably knows that sometimes you just gotta be in the right position and the ball is gonna find you, and that's all that was for Macari Page and Caleb Downs. But I think Caleb Downs' impact on the run play, I think he came down heavy a couple times, just like Macari Page did. So if you ask me who played better in that game, I think it's a wash. And for me personally,
does Jim Knowles have a coaching tree?
Yeah, that's our safety coach. Our safety coach, Matt Guerrieri, he's from Jim Knowles' coaching tree at Oklahoma State. That's what I'm saying. I'd be worried if we lose Jim Knowles. If it's the reports are true, we lose Jim Knowles. We lose our safety coach too, because our safeties this year compared to the safeties that played against y'all last year, I mean, you guys cooked our safeties in the 2023 game, and this year is
the reason I'm asking that is. The reason I'm asking that is your next your next defense coordinator is probably going to be a whole new scheme then.
You know what? I don't know about the scheme really being that. I mean, we pretty much always want to play a one high safety man defense, and even with Jim Knowles, that pretty much is what we did. I mean, we had some Jim Knowles.
Yeah, but you guys make coverages a lot. You guys had a more how do I put this? I wouldn't say it's like Michigan's defense the last couple of years, but it's probably more similar to what Michigan ran. There are differences, of course, but it was more of a complex scheme for sure. What Jim Knowles ran. I mean, he mixed coverages a lot. He ran zone and man. He liked to disguise coverages. So I'm just saying, like, if there's no tree to go to, is it going to be a totally different scheme?
I mean, shit. I mean, if you ask me personally, sorry for cussing, but if you ask me personally, I think if I was to go for something, I would say it probably would be a different scheme. But we should also look at like the defense coordinator from USC, the Walters guy that just got picked up by Washington. There's a couple. I mean, there's a couple of DCs we could probably look at and get. I mean, hell, we could even look at somebody in the NFL. We had Jeff Hafley, who's a part of our Ryan Day's coaching tree up there in Green Bay. Maybe he has somebody at Green Bay they can come down for a year or two. I'm almost like how you guys have something going on with the Ravens. Maybe we look at something with the Packers, even though I hate the Packers. But
okay,
well, I think it's gonna be hard to replace Jim Knowles. That's just me. I think that could cause quite a drop off.
I mean, I don't expect us to be a top 10 defense this next year coming up regardless. I mean, I think we're probably going to be in the 20s again, regardless of who's our DC. Just based off of personnel, I think we're going to be probably a top 20 defense. I mean, that's just off of talent alone. We'll be top 20. But I just think where you're going to see a more explosive offense from us regardless. And I think that's something I love. Howard.
I'm not so sure about that. Why do you think that?
Because I think we're going to have a quarterback that actually can open up the playbook for us. I think we were really limited with Will Howard, which we saw in a lot of our bigger games this year. I mean, against great defenses. Look at us against Texas. Look at us against you guys. Look at us against Nebraska. Whenever you win against a DC that actually just plays zone, you got to have a quarterback that can get the ball in those tight pockets. And almost like a CJ Stroud did. You ever look at CJ Stroud numbers against Ohio when he was at Ohio State? A lot of teams would sit back in zone, but he was able to have pitch perfect accuracy. And I think that's what we're going to see with Julian Sayin as our quarterback.
Yeah, but you taking the leap there, my guy. You got to see it first.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, CJ Stroud is CJ Stroud.
hey, I have some buddies. I have some buddies of mine that work still within Ohio State's organization. They tell me Julian Sayin is just like CJ Stroud. The only difference is that Julian Sayin is maybe
Here's
like
what I'll say about Julian.
he's only like an inch shorter, and he runs probably about a 4.8, 4.9, where CJ Stroud was a 4.6 guy. Even though I know nobody wants to give CJ credit for his athleticism, but he was a fast guy. He was an all-state
So
basketball player
basically,
and
he's Kyle
all-state
McCord.
football player. No.
So,
No.
but I'd rather.
Kyle McCord, he had a great arm, but he had no accuracy. If you actually look at him as a quarterback, he actually had no accuracy, and then he also has very poor feet. And Julian Sayin has great feet, which is important as a quarterback.
Why did he look so good?
I don't know. Kyle McCord looked like he got great feet once he left. But anyways, but here's what I'll say, man. Look, I said this, and I know we held you guys to 10 points. I'd rather play the CJ Stroud style offense as a Michigan fan versus the more balanced offense that they ran this year. That's just me personally. I think it's harder to play an offense where you don't know what they're going to do really. Run and pass. They mix it up well. I'd rather play. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think their offense is going to be as good next year. That's just me. I think they're able to do a lot more schematically this year because they had a lot of veteran players and they. Yeah, that's just my opinion.
But the reason why I say that I think the CJ Stroud offense, one thing good about CJ Stroud, he was able to improvise very well off of play action, which Will Howard, he was decent in play action, but he wasn't great at it. And when you have an elite defensive tackle like you guys had this year, I mean, Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham, that won you guys the game because he was always pressuring Will Howard up the middle. And one thing about Will Howard is that he's more of unless you have him on a rollout play, he doesn't know how to really get out of the pocket that great, especially after getting his bell rang like he did by Makari Page. And so when you have defense tackles like hovering in front of your face, you're not gonna be able to see the field as well. Where Julian Sayin, because he's shorter, like CJ Stroud was a little shorter, you're forced to.
How tall is CJ Stroud though? I thought CJ Stroud was tall.
He's about 6'4", isn't he? 6'4".
Isn't he tall?
6'3", but if you have he's 6'3", but when you're 6'3",
big in the NFL, bro. Like when I'm watching, he looks like a big quarterback.
I mean, he's put on weight since he's been at Ohio State in the pros. I mean, you have to. I mean, you're getting tackled by those guys in the NFL. You
got to look up his height. I think he like 6'4".
No, he's 6'3". He's a good 6'3". I've been almost like damn near right next to him.
It's funny you mentioned CJ Stroud though, and I don't like. To me, this is the worst recruiting service in my opinion. I don't like rivals, but it's funny you mentioned CJ Stroud. You saw who they said their comp was.
Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, I don't agree, and I don't agree with it. I think Bryce Underwood's actually. I think Bryce Underwood's actually got even better measurables than CJ Stroud. He's bigger. He's faster. He's got a bigger hands. All that, but
you know who I compare Bryce Underwood, and you guys can tell me if I'm crazy. I think he's Terrell Pryor. I think he'll be Terrell Pryor if you guys ever got Terrell Pryor back in 2008.
It's escaping me right now, but who's the Washington quarterback? I don't know why this is escaping me.
Penix?
No, not Penix.
Daniels?
Yeah, in the NFL.
No, he's way bigger than Jaden Daniels. I'm in DC. I go to the Commanders game. He's way bigger than Jaden Daniels.
He's bigger, but
That's why I say Terrell Pryor. I think athleticism. I don't think people give him enough credit for his running abilities. I don't think Bryce Underwood gets credit for his running abilities, and I think that's where he's going to be
fast, bro. I saw his. He's like they were also comparing him to Jane Daniels. I know he's bigger than Jane Daniels, but they were talking about how because Jane Daniels has big hands, and big hands is important for a quarterback. Yeah. Very important for a quarterback, being able to control the ball and all that. But him and Jay Daniels actually have very similar 40 times. I didn't know that.
They do, but I'm telling you that his impact. So I know this is dating myself a little bit, but if you guys actually go back and look at Terrell Pryor and his measurables coming into college, his measurables are almost the exact same as Bryce Underwood. And the thing is, obviously Bryce Underwood was a better passer than Terrell Pryor was, because Terrell Pryor couldn't really pass when he first came in. but that's because of modern, football training. But I think he's going to have that type of impact as a freshman. Like I always tell people, if you ever want to see what I think Bryce Underwood is going to do for Michigan as a freshman, look at what Tor Pryor did. Because even Tor Pryor didn't start the year off with Ohio State, and I don't think Bryce Underwood is going to start the year off for Michigan.
I do.
But his impact by the end of the year, I think it's going to be the same level of impact where he's going to win you some games. He may lose you guys a couple games, which is going to be fine.
Bryce Underwood starting week 1.
They're not going to lose.
I got Bryce Underwood coming out the gate.
So what you guys think your record is going to be this year? I'm very curious.
12-0. I think
16-0.
Well, in the regular season, 12-0. They're gonna
12-0.
Three playoff games. That'd be 15. No, is it 3? Yeah.
No. Yeah. Oh, so wouldn't it? No, because we're in the Big Ten championship still. So it'd be 16-0.
Yeah. You are correct. I just don't see anybody that can beat them. Like with everything they got coming back. If you look at Michigan's D line, bro, and that secondary, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot, Philip. You may not pay attention to it. That's a lot.
I do.
Bro, that D line is crazy deep, though. I saw a thing, bro. That might be the deepest D line.
What you got? How you think you
deeper D line?
How you think you guys gonna be at linebacker?
Experience.
I think we're gonna be good. And we got Houseman. Who they? Johnny, you know who they gonna put at
Rolder? Jimmy Rolder.
I don't know. You like Rolder, bro?
Johnny don't.
Johnny, you like Rolder?
Johnny don't.
He's gotten better.
That's what I think is going to be your guys' weakness on defense. I think your weakness is on defense.
Rolder going to be a drop-off, Johnny. I ain't going to lie, bro.
I think so, too.
In my opinion.
That's why I think I was asking linebacker. I think that's going to be the only weakness on your guys' defense.
Rolder played a nice amount this year, too.
He did. The last 4 games, he was like against Northwestern. That's when he showed him. He balled out. I'm going to give it to him. He looked slow, but he can ball. I'm going to give it to him.
Why don't they keep? I don't know why, Johnny. Why don't they keep? Why don't they keep? Oh, I'm bad with names today.
Barham.
Why don't they keep? Why don't they keep him at? I don't know why they don't just keep him at linebacker. I know they want to put him at the edge now, but why don't you keep him at linebacker? You're deep enough.
He can't cover.
Yeah, he can't. But
he wasn't bad covering at the end of the year.
He didn't want to. That he wanted.
I mean, he got cooked against Texas.
Yeah, early in the year, but Johnny, would you agree Barham got a lot better in coverage towards the end of the year? Like a lot better.
Well, they didn't put him in coverage much.
Yeah.
They started rushing.
They did blitz him a lot. You're right. They did blitz him when they brought the 5th man. That is true.
Yeah,
Bowles is there.
They would just rush him. They'd rush 3 D linemen and then rush him as the 4th.
Yep.
Yeah, because you asked me, I think he was the biggest liability in that Texas game.
He did get cooked by the tight end. That is true.
Y'all made that man look like a first rounder. That tight end.
But Philip, let me ask you a question. So no, you've lost Knowles. Now there is because you said Ohio. You were realistic. You said that they're gonna take a step back. You don't expect them to be as good. If they lose Chip Kelly, what happens to that offense? Because Kelly has gotten a lot of NFL offers. We're not hearing much. This was probably that year that Ohio should have just been okay. We all in with whatever we paid. They lose Chip Kelly. I think you're losing 3 games anyway. But if does that hurt the Buckeyes? They lose Chip Kelly.
I don't know about 3 games. Who you got? The 3? Who?
Michigan, Texas, and you can call me crazy. I think Nebraska gonna get them. I really do.
Maybe Penn State now with what you call it?
Oh man, I don't know about that.
If we was in Penn State
every year.
Yeah, if we was at Penn State, I would have more worries. I'm not fearing their offense. I'm not fearing that Penn State offense at all. But I think the one game we actually got to look out for is that Washington. We got to go out to Washington.
Man, Washington. I'm more worried about Wisconsin than Washington. I don't think Ohio's going to lose to Washington, bro. I could be wrong.
I'll tell you what, man. I love playing against pocket passers who are slow, and I'm very thankful that Ohio State now has a pocket passer who we don't got to worry about making plays with his legs.
Hey, I got to tell you this, man. You say that now. I don't think Julian saying I don't think Julian saying is that slow as you may make him out to be.
He's not a threat with his legs, though. He's not.
He's not Kyle McCord, though. He's more closer. He's more closer to C.J. Stroud than Kyle McCord as the pocket passer. But the thing is, with our depth, we don't have depth at our quarterback, and we've seen that with Ryan Day. When we don't have depth at quarterback, he doesn't want to run his quarterbacks as much as fear of injury. Because and so that's my only fear is that if Julian's saying he won't be able to show off his running abilities. because behind him we have a true freshman, and Tavian St. Clair is a great quarterback. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like he actually was coached by my fraternity brother at Del Fountain, Ohio. He's a great quarterback, but the level of football he played, it's like playing against like private school kids that that have like 200 enrollments in high school. Like he played against nobodies.
So he's the
And
Tom Wilson of football then.
So
you know who has
he's gonna need 2 years to development.
You know Orgy. You know that pass Orgy threw, that terrible pass where like hit the dirt. You know what I'm talking about? Remember that
in the spring game?
No, was it a spring? No, I think it was in a. I think it was
the regular
USC, maybe.
Game? Was it USC
regular
game?
season? Johnny, you know the pass I'm talking about, right?
Arkansas State, I believe.
It was. Yeah, okay. I've only seen one other pass that was that bad, and you want to guess who it was?
Julian saying against Tennessee. Julian saying against Tennessee.
Julian saying against Tennessee. That's the only time I've ever seen it pass that bad.
But I gotta tell you this. So even though I played offensive line high school throughout, I grew up playing quarterback, and my dad would play quarterback as well. I'll tell you this: one of the hardest things you can do as a quarterback is to come off the bench and when it's cold as hell outside, and your first pass to be a rollout to your right. If you're a right-handed quarterback, there's no rhythm with
but
that.
If he's that dude, if he's CJ Stroud, he ain't doing that.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. This is a good example of that. So when CJ Stroud came in 2020 during the pandemic year, he came in and played really one game that year. He came in and played against Michigan State when he was at Michigan State. And you know what we did for that one play for him?
He ran like 70-something yards, right?
For a touchdown. We didn't try to put him out there to throw. Now, why the hell did we have him out there trying to throw the ball in that kind of conditions? I have no clue at all. It's almost the same conditions in Tennessee, in that Tennessee game as it was when we went to Michigan State that year. It was cold as hell. It was a bad environment to be thrown in. And so you never have a quarterback come off the bench and have him throw the ball his first drive. You get him off the drive. You get him out there. You get him out there and just get him in rhythm first before you have him throw. I think that's more. Go ahead.
No, you go. One thing I think you're gonna miss, bro, and Will Howard, he don't have the best arm. You know, he threw pretty good in the playoffs, but one thing that you are gonna miss is his size and ability to shed tackles, and his because he can actually move. The amount of rushers he evaded, going out of the pocket, avoiding blitzes, all that. I'm telling you right now, Julian Saint ain't gonna have that, bro. He might have the better arm. He ain't gonna have the better pocket presence and the ability just to escape rushers and shed tackles and make plays when the pocket breaks down. I'm telling you right now that is not gonna be there.
I mean, maybe not against Michigan. Maybe not against Michigan and Texas. He'll have that against other teams. But I agree with you. I mean, like I said, I think you're going to see C.J. Stroud from 2021. If you remember C.J. Stroud from 2021, he showed great talent as a passer, but he didn't really seem to be able to understand how to maneuver and be in the pocket. I think that year he had over 40 sacks as a quarterback. Maybe not 40 sacks, but it was over 20 sacks as a quarterback. And you never want to be in the double digits as a quarterback taking sacks. And that just comes from pocket awareness and being able to understand pressure and everything like that. And you're going to see that jump. I mean, Will Howard's a fifth-year quarterback. I mean, whenever you have a fifth-year quarterback, I mean, you just know how to maneuver way better than a quarterback that's a first-year guy. I mean, and also, too, I mean, Will Howard had that skill set because he was running for his life a lot of times at Kansas State. And to be honest with you, when you're at Ohio State, you just think your athletes are better than everybody else's. So you just have a lot more confidence in your teammates.
Philip, where I think Ohio fans are missing the point is that the 1 year O line is not going to be as good. Let's be real. You're running, you're losing Judkins and Henderson. So they get a transfer in. One, is he good at run blocking? Two, offensive line. You got a new center, a new right guard, I believe. And is it a new right guard or right tackle and a new left guard?
So we're returning 4 players that played a significant time on our offensive line this year. We're replacing both tackles. So we got 2 tackles in the transfer portals. We got Philip Daniels, who's related to Paris Johnson Jr. They're stepbrothers. And then you also have the guy from Rice University, who I think Matt Miller, one of the draft experts, said if he would have came out this year, he would have been a second-round pick. So, I mean, I'm not too worried about our offensive line, to be honest with you. I mean, what I'm really more worried about is, like you just mentioned, is the running game. We're going to see a significant drop-off because we're talking about 2 guys that are probably going to be taken in day 2 just leave our office, and now we have a true sophomore in James Peoples, who we took, who's pretty much comparable to who's your freshman running back that came from Cincinnati?
Jordan Marshall. Jordan Marshall.
Jordan Marshall. So he's very comparable to Jordan Marshall. They're pretty much like 1A, 1B style of running backs when it comes to like that recruiting class. But I mean, our running game is not going to be as explosive. But that's why you have upperclassmen at the receiver position, and we got that Max Clare who came in at tight end, who's going to be a weapon as well. So I just think we're just
never use the tight end though. They never, like y'all keep saying.
Yeah, we do.
This year they did. This year they did. Yeah, they used G Scott a lot.
Johnny, Johnny, go ahead, man. Go ahead, Johnny.
Y'all don't use that tight end that much.
I mean,
Johnny, would you say they use them more this year than they have in the past, though?
Is that saying much though?
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, freaking G Scott had like what 27 receptions this year. I mean, when you have Meto Ibuka, Jeremiah Smith, and Cardinal Tate,
you know what I'm saying, Michigan man, 27 receptions.
No, I get what you're saying, but they did mix it in. They try to add a little seasoning in there, you know, with the tight end.
I mean, in the traditional offense, I mean, 27 to 35 receptions, I think is pretty comparable for a tight end. I mean, if you have good receivers, I mean, not everybody's as depleted at receivers as Michigan is, and you have to throw the ball.
You know,
that's in 16 games.
And that's, Hey, I get that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. But even look at K-Stover. K-Stover the year before, I think he had 40 receptions as a tight end, which is pretty good when you have Emeka Ibuka, Marvin Harrison, and you have freaking Kyle McCord throwing you the ball.
That's true. But
better than y'all want to give him credit, but
yeah.
But Johnny, how excited are you though for Jordan Marshall and Haynes, bro? I think that's gonna be a lethal combo.
Oh yeah, that's what we need. 2 running backs with that style, because we love Donovan Edwards and we hoped he would take that step we needed him to this year.
Yep.
He did not. And Mullins was the guy, and you know, Alfred was switching them in and out. These 2 dudes, Marshall, what he showed against Bama, because them was some tough yards. That was tough yards. Like,
yep.
Almost all his yards came after contact.
Yeah.
I mean, can you sustain that for a 16-game season? Can you sustain that?
Well, with Haynes, though, yeah. With Haynes, because we could split it with Haynes.
Yeah, they don't have
Haynes is similar, too.
But this is the thing. I love Tony Alford. He's a great guy. I used to talk to him on Twitter all the time when he was an Ohio State running back coach. I will tell you this. I love him to death, but his rotations are terrible at times. And you guys saw that even this year.
No. We know,
and that's the only thing I worry about.
The bulk of those carries, bro. That's a travesty that he didn't.
Yeah,
and so I just don't know how you're gonna be able to manage that rotation.
Well, my personal favorite combo that we had was actually was Haskins and Corum. I love Haskins and Corum. I thought that was my favorite combo, and that's kind of what we got going in this next year, in my opinion.
That was unfair, bro. Haskins, but Philip, Michigan's offensive line is going to be much better this year than they were last year.
I agree.
They're not going to get first contact to probably 4 or 5 yards up the field.
Well, do you guys think you guys will be better at tackles this year? I don't think losing Miles Hinton is big.
Andrew Sprague, you got to see him, and Evan Link will be better, but Andrew Sprague got 6'8", about 310.
Next year, next year's a good question. 2026, the tackles are going to be maybe the best in the country, but
I just don't think. I think losing Miles Hinton, especially as a pass blocker, I think he was a better pass blocker than run blocker, in my opinion. And I just think losing Miles Hinton is going to be. If you guys are trying to pass the ball more this upcoming year, I just don't. I think Evan Lincoln, the Andrew Sprague guy you're talking about, they're great run blockers, but I just think they're liabilities in the pass game.
Well, that's why they got Ben Bredesen, but he's going pick up some of the slack when it comes to passing.
And you know who? If you ask me who's the reason why you guys won that Ohio State Michigan game this past year, it's Bredesen. I think that dude is a dog, and I just don't. I mean, I think that's the unsung hero of your offense. Literally, I think he's the biggest returning player for you guys in this upcoming year.
Nope. You forgetting Legatron Jr. Dominic Zavada. That was the man right there.
Oh man. I don't know how the hell you guys got him out of the portal after that spring game, man. Oh my God! I saw that spring game last year. I saw that kick that you guys had. Missed like 3 field goals in that game, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Michigan cooked. They're cooked this upcoming year in the kicking game." And I don't know how the hell you guys found Zavada out of the portal.
It's
That
all
was
good.
big. That
I
was
never
big.
thought I'd
That
see a
was
better
big.
kicker than Moody too. That's the crazy thing.
Me
I think he's
neither.
better than Moody, and I thought we'd never see that.
Yeah.
He's more accurate. He's way more accurate than Moody. I think Moody had times where he missed kicks, didn't he?
Yeah, he missed some 58, 57 yarders, but that was late. Now he make him in the NFL now, but Zavada is autumn 50
No, he's
to
not. No.
56.
Hey, I had Moody in fantasy, man. He fucked me over, man. Sorry, excuse my language. Sorry, my language. Sorry, my language.
You good?
Sorry, my language. But yeah, he screwed me over in fantasy this year. I was like, that's the last time I picked up a Michigan player in fantasy football.
Man, you picked the kicker, man. Get out of it. But hey,
I mean, that's supposed to be you guys calling card. That's supposed to be you guys calling card kickers, man.
no, defensive end they calling card, defensive tackle they calling card, linebacker. You look at the NFL, they got Rashawn Gary, Quiddy Pay, Mike Dana, Jalen Harrell, Aiden Hutchinson. Like, come on, the list goes on. They doing their thing. I mean,
Nico Collins, man, he's balling out.
I need to text Nico too.
You know, I'm a Cowboys fan, so you guys had a couple good. You guys screwed us over with defensive tackles.
Jordan Lewis still balling. Jabril Pepper still balling. They doing their thing, man.
Not Taco Charlton and Mozzie Smith, though, man. I'm telling you that, man. That's the 2 players that you guys screwed us over as a Cowboys fan. But
man, you a Cowboys fan? That the whole you got no leg to stand. It's the Cowboys, man. It is what it is, dog. I'm sorry, Rupert. I thought you from Washington. I thought you lived in Washington. DC.
I live in Washington. I'm a military person. So that's why I'm all over the place, all over. Like even the fact that when I always tell the Garrison that we're both military guys, but I even told Garrison it sucks that we're both Cowboys fans. It's only because when I moved to the United States, I moved to Texas first.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get up out. It look like Johnny ready to wrap it up, man. But before I go, Johnny, y'all go watch that live Johnny did the other day, man. Like soups and sandwiches. Boy, you had me cracking up. I said, man, boy, I watched that thing about 7 straight times. I said, Johnny a fool, boy. He said, you flame Garrison and Bama. What's the other? I forgot his name. Boy,
that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
He said soups and sandwiches. He said they're gonna meet up, and he's like, yeah, we both like Ohio. Yeah, boy, I was hollering, boy. Hey, y'all gotta watch that live, man. Johnny went off. Johnny went off.
I had to step out of my office, man. You had me dying in the car, man. You were the one in the car cooking everybody, man. I was like, Jesus Christ. And then Garrison in the chat too. Garrison was in the chat too, man. I was like, Garrison, man, get out.
Hey,
Tap out,
Johnny
man.
started out good. Johnny started cool, and after about minute 12, I said, "What he?" I said, "He just started Garrison." Boy, I said, when he leaned back in that car and he put his hand on his head, I said, "It's over with." He started rubbing his forehead. I said, "Yep, man, I was hollering, boy. That dude had me rolling."
Hey, you should have seen Johnny's face. You should have seen Johnny's face when he was on the Michigan College Football Live show, man, the night before. Oh my God, he should look flabbergasted over here, looking at Garrison and everything Garrison was saying.
That's where it started. I was hot that night, and I couldn't get it off. I was like, I'm gonna make another video. I got y'all.
It's all good. I didn't see that. I didn't know what Garrison said, but man, Johnny, man, when you said sandwiches. Boy, you said something else. I said, boy, this dude, I promise I watched that thing from like 9 something to like 10 something. I just kept rewinding it. Just that part. Man, I said, this dude, boy, Johnny, y'all, hey, hit the like button. Go to the Cash App. That live was funny. That was like one of them Eddie Murphy stand-ups back in the day. That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, we need a Johnny and Garrison show every week, man. We need Johnny and Garrison to have a show every week during the football season because them two going at it is money. That's money.
Gold, bro. Yeah, no doubt. But I'm gonna get. I appreciate you letting me up. Hey, man, it's all love, Ohio. Y'all still suck. You better enjoy it now. Go blue. When Chip Kelly gone, don't say nothing. I'm out.
Hey, y'all have a blessed one. All right.
All right, bro. Woo! That was a lot. That was a lot of talking, y'all. But good news for us, Michigan fans. We back. We coming in like Darth Sidious from out of Star Wars. We walking in with the hood cloaked up. Jim Knowles has went to Penn State. we had turned into a Sith. But y'all going through what we went through. it's it, y'all. I mean, Ohio State wanted to be like us with everybody coming back, adding a few guys from the portal. Adversity. Our adversity was Harbaugh and the suspension and Stallions. Y'all adversity was losing to Michigan. Both teams rallied around it, won the title. Then the offseason, now you're late to the offseason. You don't get as many guys in the portal. And then now you got guys teams picking at your team. You're losing your you're losing your defensive coordinator that you were the number one defense, So this is what comes with winning the title. It's as a Michigan fan, I can't say it. I don't like it. I mean, what are we talking about? I like it. I like what I see. So it's just what it is. We'll see who y'all get. I'm not sure if y'all gonna go in-house or try to find one of the top coaches in the nation or something like that. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And that's kind of weird that the parade was going on and then that comes out. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, he's gone, bro. Yeah. Order 66. Yeah, so he's gone, or it looks like it. I'm they're saying it's not in stone just yet, but that's the words. So that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. So all we can do is wait and see, But that's what happens when you win a championship. So they're gonna have some of the problems that we had this year, trying to get a new defensive coordinator, a lot of new players on defense, a few on offense, but the players that they were missing, they were important players. Will Howard played a ton of football, a veteran. He's gone. A young quarterback will have growing pains. Same with if Bryce Underwood starts. They're going to have growing pains. It's not he's not going to have them. It's how many is he going to have? Because you can guarantee it. Whether it's Sand or whether it's the freshman, they're going to have growing pains. Will Howard had some bonehead in him, but that was a veteran. That was just him being a glitch in his system, making bonehead plays. A young quarterback is going to make mistakes because he hasn't seen a lot of this stuff in live football. So that's one thing right there. Those running backs, Trey, was a speedster. And he got better he became a complete back by the time he left Ohio State. Quinshon Judkins, he was a stud. I mean, I thought he was kind of I thought he's kind of, but he was a really good football player. He's gone. You're going to miss that. Even if you have guys behind them that are good, those were veterans. You get what I'm saying? So, defense, you're losing that whole defensive line. You're going to have growing pains with these new starters and the depth behind it. I mean, me and Garrison talked about it, but now with a new scheme, with a new defensive coordinator, you're going to have real growing pains. This just made my day feel just a little bit better. Sorry, Ohio State fans, but it did. That, when you get that little feeling like, when that came out, I felt good. When you watching the movie and you hear one of them little songs when you see your long lost love or something, the closer I get to you, the more you make me. how you singing the Temptations or something with your girl. You know, so it felt good. It did. It felt good to see it. It's falling apart for him, you know. Just a little bit, you know. You still got the talent, but you're gonna have some growing pains coming. So, hey, all I can say is, hey, good luck. But I'm waiting on that Texas game, OSU fans. It is what it is. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on it. You know, so let's see. I'll probably go a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna get off of here. Do you think it was because Ryan Day got all the praise for OSU winning the Natty? That's a possibility. That's a possibility. Honestly, I don't know. Who knows? You know, the dude earlier was, I can't remember his name. Philip was saying it's because he's got family in Pennsylvania, you know, so it could be that. Let's see. How about your scandal? We don't know. I don't get on here and talk about a lot of that type of stuff because I don't want to. It's not in the media. I like to talk about football. You know, that's my forte. Emil, hey, they losing coaches and seniors and juniors, you know. Hey, I'm walking through the park with I'm walking through the park feeling good. His family was in Oklahoma. I thought, no, I feel you about the scandal stuff, honestly. Yeah, I don't get into it. You know, I said a long time ago, like when it was going on. I'm waiting to see what happens. Like, I don't like to speculate and all that stuff. I like to talk football, you know. But I don't know. To me, going to Penn State from Ohio State, and I don't unless you're a Penn State alumni, which I don't think he is. That's a step down to me. I think that's a step down. Oh, he's from Philly. If he's from Philly, that makes more sense. But if not, you know, then it looks like a step down to me. But if you're from Philly, just like I'm from Michigan, if I was to work at Michigan, it's going to mean more to me, you know, than doing it at another school. So that makes sense. So he probably wants to right the ship for Penn State. You know, he probably wants to help them win a championship. So that makes sense. He wants to help Penn State finally beat Ohio State. Uh-oh. Jim Knowles is going to tell James Franklin, listen to me. I got the blueprint. Jim Knowles going to tell him I got the blueprint. I got the blueprint. I'm tired of my hometown school losing to Ohio State. I couldn't stay there. I had to leave and come and right the ship. Just shut up. Just shut up, James Franklin. Listen to me. I got the blueprint. I got the blueprint, boy. So what's his name? D'Angelo. Remember, the blueprint is in Happy Valley now. He coming for you. He coming for you. Y'all ain't the only one with the blueprint. Y'all ain't the only one with the blueprint now. But yeah, that makes sense, you know, if that's what he wants to do. But I'm about to jump off of here. I got some, you know, for my Hispanic Mexican folks, you know, I got some menudo over there brewing from scratch, family recipe. No, I'm not Hispanic, but I know how to cook up a pot of that menudo. Yes, Lord. So that's what I got brewing. That's why I've been getting up so much. But Hey, you stressed out now. Hey, my boy Southwest say he's stressed out now. Hey, hey, this ain't no parade. This is bad news. This was supposed to be a celebration. This bad news bears. Yeah, this bad news bears. If James doesn't win now, he has to go at Penn State. You would think. Michael said he's staying at Ohio State. What's the report? You know something we don't know, Michael? Or you just done jumped on here and don't know what's going on? Which one? Which one is it? Maniac was here. Maniac was here earlier, and then he dipped. It looked like he was out with his family and stuff. So he said Garrison dipped once that news broke. Hey, I'm looking it up, trying to see if it's for sure. They say it's not set in stone. He's gone, bro. He gone. Woo! There goes that music in my head again. There goes that music. Yeah, I'm about to end it too, Dom. Appreciate y'all joining. This was a long one, boy. This is a long time to be sitting here talking and even listening to talking. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate all y'all joining. Remember, I'm demonetized right now, so if you want to hit that Cash App, feel free. Go Blue 134 on Cash App. And that's all I got. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go Blue.
It's great to be